body, rock your body. Come on, rock that body, rock that body. Come on, rock that body, rock that body, rock that body. Come on, rock that body. Come on, rock that body, rock that body. Alrighty. Making sure everything's fucking working. Just pop this out. This there. That there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This. Ba-da-da-da. Just gotta make sure sound's working. Haktua. Ba-da-da-da. Sound is working. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, that's what the Haktua. That's what your mum gave to me last night. Anyways, I'm watching. Yes, this. All right. So. There is this video that came out a couple days ago called The End of Stop Killing Games. Alright, so this came out a couple days ago. Alright, Stop Killing Games. Now, I could briefly remember this stuff because this was like a few months ago, right? I remember watching the problem with Stop Killing Games. I remember watching this, but I can't remember too much about it. Right, so I guess we're gonna. It's like, should I watch Charlie's video, or should I watch the 1 hour video about the whole entire situation? And what's that person's name on my kick that just chatted? Your Discord name is Fem74. Are you a femboy or some shit? I'm not adding you on Discord. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry, I don't want femboy pics. I'm good, man. Will I watch this whole entire thing? Maybe. Maybe not.
Hello, this is probably...
Brother, at this point, you gotta either do the comb over, or you gotta just let it go.
the final update to the Stop Killing Games campaign. Though I'm coming at you a little bit like a time traveler would. It'll make sense in a minute.
Okay.
As a refresher, Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement to stop publishers from effectively destroying video games they have already sold to customers.
Good. Sounds like a good movement.
Now, we've gone about this in many ways, but it's easiest to divide this up by things we've already done and things we can still do. Because there's about a dozen things we've already done. Yeah, in fact, here's a list if you want to pause this. Going over this again will be a video in itself.
So we go, yeah, I like I said, I kind of remember this, but from what I remember, it's just like the Stop Killing Games thing is like, it's like a good movement and all that shit. So yeah, it's submit complaints to the European Consumer Centres, submit a petition to Canadian Parliament on the destruction of games. And then they've had a lot of results, actually. Issue escalated, dead end, said the provinces will have to deal with it. That one's ongoing. A couple of them ongoing. Some of them are processing. Submit complaints to the ACC. You know what's really good as well? And one thing that, like, it sucks for the rest of the world, like here in Australia and America, is that when it comes to Europe, from what I've gathered, from what I've seen over like the last like few years, is that when it comes to consumer laws, especially with video games, because video games is still relatively new if you think about it, right? Is that Europe is actually really, really good. Like when it comes to consumer laws and consumer rights, and them putting consumer first. Oh, excuse me. Is that Europe is really, really good with this. The rest of the world is pretty behind. Japan's probably the worst because they are definitely like company first, but Europe is like really good.
I'll talk more about some of this towards the end. So that just leaves things we can still do, which are only 2 items. One is for the UK to sign a government petition to bring this issue before Parliament. Though, keeping it real, I'm not terribly optimistic about this one, since the government response has been a mess by every definition.
Of course it has. When I say Europe, I'm taking you know, UK out of that. They're their own fucking thing.
It's a long and boring story, but the short version is it's hit a bureaucratic roadblock and will stay stuck unless it gets more signatures. But the one that has a lot of power, so much so I think it could change the course of gaming history, is the European Citizens Initiative. Now, I said I'm approaching this like a time traveler because with the trajectory we're on, these are both going to fail. So I figure, why wait until they actually do to tell people? Both the petitions end in July. The Citizens Initiative in particular on July 31st. This video probably won't change the timeline, it's just a last-ditch attempt to wake people up on it. The European Citizens Initiative failing kind of stings. Again, this one is crazy powerful, but the hurdle we just couldn't get past was that it requires 1 million signatures
I wish we
from
could
citizens
sign
of
it.
EU
Honestly, same here. Like stuff like this should be worldwide. You know what I mean?
countries, and we've only made it just under halfway. That's really too bad, because I have high confidence this would have solved the problem of publishers destroying video games. Now, why do I say that? What a lot of people don't realize is that in the EU especially, it's almost a state of lawlessness regarding the practice of game destruction. Okay, I don't want to put people to sleep here, but the quick legal argument is that the vast majority of games with an online requirement say they can be terminated at any time for any reason.
Which is bullshit.
Or Blizzard likes to say any...
The biggest like reason why this is bad, I'm gonna take my jacket off because I'm getting a little bit warm, is because like, you know, and obviously you have to, you can say that like, oh, it's your fault for spending money on these games, but it's still stupid, right? Is that like, if there's an online game and like I spend real money in that game to buy skins or whatever it may be, right? And that game gets shut down, I can no longer use those things that my money has been spent on, which is the reason why. And even if the game is free, I mean, if the game's paid for as well, then it's just like, I bought this game for $60 and now I can't play it anymore because the company decided to shut it down for whatever reason, and they don't open it up to like community sources where, you know, players can still run servers on their own and still be able to play the game, which is just, to me, it's shit like that shouldn't happen. Like, whatsoever.
Or no reason.
It's,
but according to the EU Commission, that might be a violation of Directive 93/13 EEC, which protects consumers
it's woke DEI slop. Facts, bro.
against unfair terms in consumer contracts. So if that term is unfair, that means that part of the contract is null and void. And if it's null and void, then what does the law say about...
may terminate this EULA at any time for any reason.
How long your purchase lasts? Well, it doesn't. That's the whole mess. So if there are no legal guidelines, what are consumer expectations for how long video games last? Well, indefinitely. Even the average online multiplayer video games from the 90s can still work today if you didn't change the hardware or software. So the law wasn't written for this situation, the industry's terms might possibly be illegal, and traditional expectations are games last indefinitely. Now, of course, publishers can't support games indefinitely, but by not giving expiration dates or end-of-life plans, that might be the situation they've put themselves in. I cannot emphasize enough what a mess this is.
It is.
If you were an impartial judge just trying to interpret the law, you'd have a headache. I don't know what you would do. You'd probably tell the EU Commission they need to make a law on this because this is a glaring omission.
And the reason why there is no laws on this is because of how new video games is compared to a lot of other things, especially with online gaming. Like you said, is that when it comes to games from the 90s, you know, those games weren't online, and those games couldn't get terminated to the point where you couldn't. Greetings from Costa Rica. What's up, man? Yeah, those games couldn't get terminated to the point where you can't play them anymore. Like he said, is that you can still play these old games. If you have the hardware and you have the game, as long as that hardware is still working, you can still play those games. But when it comes to a lot of these online games nowadays, when they get shut down, you just can't play them anymore. And things like that should not be happen. It should not be legal where, you know, you can no longer play that game at all. Even if like a company can't support the servers for that game, there has still been instances, I can't think of ones off the top of my head, but where like the community runs servers for them, which is what should happen going forward.
So being in the middle of this quagmire right now, if we had rolled up
that
with
about
a
gaming
million
nowadays?
signatures
Bro,
demanding that
same.
the EU give us basic consumer rights for video games, that would have been the easy way out for regulators, because then they would have a mandate. That's what I meant about my half-joke slide about politicians liking easy wins. This
They
situation is such a mess that
They
trying to
really
settle this
fucking
under
do.
existing law is more work than creating laws under a consumer mandate.
Yeah, they don't, because you know why? They don't give a fuck about the consumers. They don't. Like, politicians, right? I know it's shocking, right? The government and politicians are meant to be for the people. That's what they're meant to be. But are they? Nope. They used to be. Back, you know, when governments first started and, you know, in probably the early 1900s and that, when, you know, especially the way that governments are formed now with democracy and these democratics and republics and all that shit, they were. But now it's just these politicians are selfish and all they give a fuck about is themselves.
And thanks to the action we pushed at consumer protection agencies, doing nothing is no
Downloaded
longer
a
an
PS1
option for
emulator
multiple
based.
countries. We've made sure of that. But none of that matters because the initiative is failing. Now, my original thought was that ironically, it's difficult to get gamers to care about games because a whole lot of people are cruising at maximum apathy these days. But I think it's more than that. For most of the past year, the initiative has bounced back and forth between being the third and second most popular active initiative in the EU. The only ones that topped it were far more serious social issues. So that says to me, the problem isn't getting gamers to care about games, it's getting people to care about anything. And frankly, that is a checkmate move.
Yeah, this isn't just like with games. Right? Obviously, it's games that it's like front and center, but this is just consumer rights in general. Like that's what this is. This kind of goes beyond like you owning video games and things that you buy. This goes beyond that, where it's about like consumer rights in any media.
If people can't care enough to write their name on a form to protect their rights and stop things they care about from being destroyed, then yeah, I can't do much with that. I am not a Care Bear that can shoot light out of my stomach to make people give a damn. Plus, it's hard to know how many people don't care and how many never knew about the initiative in the first place. It's certainly not for a lack of trying.
I did forget about it.
I have tried to push
it's all
this
coming back to me now. I do
everywhere I
remember this
can.
stuff.
Though I'm an amateur at all of this. I have a medium-sized YouTube channel for making comedy videos involving gaming. That's it for my advantages.
I guess 365,000
Now, I've tried to leverage
subs.
this
That's
to
a lot
push
more
the
than me, so-
initiative, get as much help as possible, but I've never been great at marketing and networking.
How many views does this video have? There's 500,000 views from a couple days ago. Hopefully it gets more. I mean,
You know,
Penguin's
stuff you need
Charlie
on a
did
campaign.
talk about it, so
Yeah, in fact, I never wanted to do any of this. I've been beating the drum on the problem of game destruction going on 10 years
thought he was
now,
going to say he's beating
but the
his
problem
meat.
only got worse and worse, and nobody was doing a damn thing about it. So when the opportunity to do something finally presented itself in the form of the biggest game shutdown from a European company,
yes.
I pounced on it as hard as I could. So I've hated doing almost every aspect of this campaign and will be very happy for it to end. But I would have hated myself even more if nobody stepped up to do anything. So in light of that, I think our exposure has been phenomenal. We've gotten a lot of support or just fair coverage from major YouTubers. Some ordinary gamers, Yong Ye, Louis Rossman has been a bro especially. Gamers Nexus, Linus
That guy is cool. This guy, I've seen him a couple times.
Tech Tips, Game Linked, Philip DeFranco, Asmongold, Black Panther, Second Wind, including Yahtzee and the other Frost, Spawn Wave, Civi 11, Mandalore Games, Bellular News, Digital Foundry, Josh Strife Hayes, Tech Tangents. Honestly, it goes on and on. I'm leaving out a lot of people. My apologies on that. We've gotten game news outlet coverage. PC Gamer, IGN, Rock Paper Shotgun, Kotaku, TechSpot.
Finally, so, like, you know what? Finally something for once when it comes to this gaming. I believe it or not, guys, gaming journalists actually put out something great. I know, hard to believe. Hard to believe that gaming journalists actually talked about something great. Fuck, for once.
But Eurogamer,
God
PC
damn.
Games N,
Like, about
Destructoid,
time.
Game Rant, there's more.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised these gaming journalists didn't actually, backtrack and like do the opposite. You know what I mean?
And regular news outlets, Metro, Euronews, Variety, Forbes,
Variety.
also many
oh,
non-English
fuck,
outlets for
I can't stand Variety, man. What's his name? I can't remember the guy's name who writes the Variety. It's not Robert Steiner. Some other guy. There's some other guy. I think it's Variety, and he's
France,
just a
Germany, Italy, Poland, Hungary. There's a lot.
Damn.
And
I
some
didn't realize
developers.
how
Running
much it
with
was
Scissors,
coverage.
Landfall Games, Mala Industria Games, Octay, those awesome guys, and developers of emulators like Dolphin, PCSX2, and PPSSPP, and some more indie developers I may have lost track.
I would say that to me, this has an even bigger impact than like when it comes to content creators, journalists, both in gaming and mainstream, covering this. Is that when you have actual PP screenshot, yeah, when you have people actually inside the industry that are supporting this movement, that to me means like so much more than anyone else supporting it. Is when you have actual game developers going ahead and saying that stuff like this, like these laws need to be implemented.
I'm sorry.
That's more of an impact.
And this last one is hearsay, but it's my favorite if true. Developers from Ubisoft Ivory Tower. The people who made The Crew, which is the game we used to get all this action rolling.
Yeah, and you know why? You know why the developers of The Crew would have been the ones to like push with this is because when it came to the decision to shut down The Crew from being able to be played, is that the developers, those weren't the ones who made the decision. It's the publishers. The executives are the ones who make these decisions a lot of the times of when it comes to, that's it, the game has to be shut down. The developers probably didn't want to shut down the servers for The Crew. They probably wanted to keep it up. Or even then, like I said, is that make it a community-based servers where the community can still like run those servers on their own and play the game. But it's more or less the publishers that are the ones that actually shut these
rolling in the first
servers
place.
down.
Yeah, it turns out a lot of developers who spend years of their lives working on something don't like seeing it destroyed by publishers.
Exactly.
Who'd have thought?
Like I said,
and I've been saying yes to almost all offers for interviews, questioning, or any kind of outreach opportunities that came our way. I honestly don't know how many interviews I've done on this issue at this point. It's easily dozens, though not all of them were on video. One was even for BBC Radio.
Damn.
And then there would be the spontaneous offers that would pop up throughout the entire campaign. Like working with members of European Parliament to push through questions to the EU Commission. Having meetings with the BEUC as another route to the EU Commission. Meetings with representatives from GOG. That one was looking promising until they fired the representatives we were talking with, then backpedaled. That sucked.
Fucking assholes.
Meetings with representatives from Heineken.
As if.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Did he say Heineken?
Heineken, of all companies, supports the initiative because it ties in
Heineken.
well with some gamer lounge campaign they have going. That one was going to be a huge boost for it.
Yeah, Heineken is pretty big in the gaming scene. Like, they do some sponsorships and stuff like that. Yeah.
But they ended up having to postpone it a year, which is too late. I've had meetings with Fudo, FGAMP. Probably the funniest of these was another member of European Parliament who was also on the Committee on Culture and Education.
That's good.
Their staff reached out to me, set appointments, canceled.
I feel like the best thing the EU's done is banning those bloody loot boxes and taking a big stand on gambling. This needs to be the next big thing. 100%. And it was also when it comes to like I don't know if this has been passed yet in the EU, but I know that they're pushing for it at least, is that when it comes to like currencies, like those secondhand currencies or whatever you call it, premium currency, that's it, is where, when you go to buy something in a store, like I'm pretty sure we were talking about this the other day, Cam, is that like whenever it comes to, you say instead of something costing 5,000 coins, it just tells you how much it is outright and you can buy it with like real life money. Like just getting rid of, because to me as well, is that premium currency is the biggest bullshit and the biggest scam in all of gaming. Because like, it's like an item, right, will cost 5,000 coins in whatever game it may be, right? It will cost 5,000 premium coins. And then you go to spend your money to buy these premium coins to then buy the item that you want. But you can't buy 5,000 premium coins. You can either buy 3,000 or 7,500. So the game just sticks a big fuck you, and it's just like, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to spend the money outright. You either have to, you have to now spend, instead of the item, say like if it was real life money, it would cost $15. Well, fuck you, because you have to spend 7,500 coins, because we don't sell the 5,000 directly, you now have to spend $25. It's like, it's such a scam.
Reschedule 3 times. And this is all on top of the day-to-day outreach, organizing, and just basic communication with God knows how many people. Again, I've hated doing this because I have to fight all my instincts not to bother people. I hate being a pest, but you kind of have to do some of that when campaigning.
Of course you do.
At this point, I've written a couple thousand emails connected to the campaign, trying to do outreach, research, and just keeping things together. I haven't done that much on Twitter because I don't have much of a presence there. Same goes for Reddit. Yeah, Reddit.
Fuck Reddit.
I received so many reports of promotions of the initiative being deleted. And some of the ones that stayed up are some of the most hostile to the initiative that I've seen.
Oh, bro. What's Can we just delete Reddit? Can we? So you could go on Reddit and promote the most disgusting shit in the world. Like, you can legitimately tell someone to end their own life and you'll be fine. But God forbid you try to do something like this, you'll get... Nah, I know you like Reddit, Cam. Nah, Reddit, I'm sorry, Reddit needs to be deleted. All right? Or at least everyone at Reddit needs to be replaced.
Yeah, isn't Reddit just a wonderful place to be nowadays?
It's the worst, man. Back in the day, I wasn't on Reddit that much back in the day, but I still knew about Reddit. And from what a lot of people have told me, from what I know, is that Reddit used to be the really great website to go on. Now it's just it's terrible. It's honestly terrible place to be on.
Where people can independently organize, so I wouldn't be bottlenecking anything if others have better ideas on what to do. I believe currently they're trying to contact
my video being put on. Yeah, my video got put on Reddit. People misreading the title and not even watching the video. Where I talked about do women prefer attractive looking characters to non-attractive looking characters, and I didn't even talk about it from my perspective. I actually pulled examples of where it came to studies of what girls are saying and what they prefer, but everyone just thought I was speaking for women. And then in my follow-up video, I actually called some of my friends that were girls and proved them all wrong, so it was kind of funny.
Contact TV stations about this in Europe. Something I never would have had a clue how to do.
No, it didn't do well.
That's exactly the sort of thing I was hoping would emerge. Yeah, I really want to emphasize that from the second the initiative launched, nothing had to go through me. It's been there, in public, this entire time, with easy multilingual guides at StopKillingGames.com. We blazed a trail to make it easy for others to act on this, but that wasn't enough. So it feels like I've been running a rickshaw carrying people to the destination to save games, except it's breaking down halfway. The work on this has never stopped. I never wanted my involvement on the campaign to last this long. I kept hoping after launch, somebody with more reach and better at campaigning could just point people to the destination and get it done. But no, I've had to keep hauling that rickshaw. Not every week, but there have been many weeks on the campaign where I've been working 12 to 14 hours a day to keep things moving to get signatures. And the only way I was even able to do that was to burn some of my savings and put everything else on hold. I've been kind of stupid about this because it's our only shot. Again, this is an amateur effort. That means there's no staff and no salary. So if I need help with something and ask a volunteer to help with it and they disappear on me, well, then they disappear on me and I need to do it myself. Or if I can't, then I need to hunt down someone else to help with it and hope they don't disappear on me. Meanwhile, my channel has been suffering, as my viewers can tell you. I'm stretched too thin. Now, I have been maybe fairly criticized for not running a fundraiser for this. There are reasons for that. The first is, until recently, I didn't know where we would...
I don't know if a fundraiser is necessary. For something where you just need signatures, I don't know if that's necessary.
Spend it. People would say buy ads, but the initiative could be considered political. And YouTube doesn't allow political ads in a lot of EU countries. And neither does Twitch. Good luck reaching game.
Prohibited branded content categories. We do not allow promotions. We do not allow the following products and services. Political content include paid promotions, politicians, political parties, or issues of public debate. Well, let's be honest, mate. Twitch doesn't really uphold their terms of services a lot of the times. Well, it depends if they like you or not. Let's just be honest. Like, if Twitch hates you, they will uphold their terms of services. As a matter of fact, they'll probably make some shit up to get you banned. But if they like you, you can get away with a lot of stuff. So,
without YouTube or Twitch.
Depends.
So taking money with no plan, that's a grift. And another reason is I am one of the worst people to manage that sort of thing.
Word.
Financial paperwork is an Achilles heel of mine and seems to take me 10 times more effort than anything else. I mean, I can do accounting, budgeting, math. That's not a problem. No, I mean having knowledge of all the obscure forms you need to fill out, what all the tax laws that apply are, what all the specialized terminology is, and just all the hidden rules. Now you might say just hire an international tax accountant for multiple countries. Okay, there goes.
I also need a lawyer versed in international political funding laws. I'm not sure that's cheap. Probably fucking not. Wait, let's. I wonder how much it would be. Let's ask my good old friend ChatGPT. How much does a international political lawyer cost? The cost of an international political lawyer can vary widely depending on several factors. Top tier or boutique firm, their hourly rate, which is with something like this, you would probably need like a top tier lawyer. You would need someone like top tier, right? So you're probably looking at something like, you know, $800 to $1,500 an hour in USD, which is insane. Legal opinion for a political asylum case. Just to get a legal opinion, it could cost anywhere between $2,000 to $10,000. Jesus Christ, man! Fucking hell.
A third of our funding.
I wonder why lawyers are fucking... Man, I should have become a lawyer. I'm not smart enough to be a lawyer.
So what are we even doing?
I'm too stupid for that shit.
I cannot emphasize how much I
what's up,
struggle
man?
with financial business.
Going not too bad. We're just watching a...
So the thought of me putting together a fundraiser
thing
for what might be considered a political fund that needs to adhere to laws in multiple countries, and if I make a mistake, that could be considered a crime? Oh, no. That's like asking somebody with severe dyslexia to write a book report on war and peace. I am the wrong person for that job. But I've still been trying, to the best of my ability anyway. I didn't discover this until late in the process, that even though general ads were out, sponsored messages were still an option for some countries. And some mysterious benefactors emerged offering to pay them directly. But that means I needed to find all these channels and broker all these deals. So as a last-ditch effort, I've been looking through hundreds of targeted non-English gaming channels trying to find good candidates for this. Then work with bilingual liaisons for each language, then try to put together a contract and figure out what a good offer is for the amount of views we expect. I am so out of my depth on this, but I'm still trying. At this point, I've browsed more clickbait AI-generated thumbnails than I have the entire rest of my life. I honestly can't decide which part of the campaign I've hated the most. Acting as an advertising broker, not knowing our budget or what's a good offer, or trying to research laws governing this practice that don't exist, except I didn't know that at the time. So how are these sponsored ads going? Are they going to get us the signatures? As of recording this, I don't know. It's a Hail Mary pass as it is. I'm just going to assume it won't, and I'm completely spent on ideas on how to get more signatures. I did everything I possibly could to make this campaign work. It wasn't enough. Or rather, I did everything that made sense to me. I did receive a lot of suggestions of things I do not think would have worked. A bunch of people told me to make short form videos on this. I tried that. They got a fraction of my usual
That's not good. That's kind of shit, to be honest.
views. I've been told make more videos on my channel.
Tell you what he should have done. Cause like, all right, if you're a person, right, and you see Baldy here, right, talking about stop killing games, you probably will go, oh yes, yes, yeah. But let's replace Baldy with Big Titty Woman or E-Girl. Now we're talking. Now we're talking views. Okay? Like, boom. Now we're just like, yes. Alright? So what he should have done is, I'm sure that he would have got, I'm sure some streamers, right, is that should have gotten some big titty women, or at least some e-girls, right, to do the ads for him, and bam. I'm not sure how far I looked into it, but overall, Pirate Software seems like a scumbag, and from his tweets, won't be willing to admit he is wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna, that's, it's coming. Don't worry. See here, it's, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. I want to watch this.
They got a fraction of my
at least majority. I probably will end up watching this whole video, but yeah.
views.
Don't worry. We'll get to the Pirate Software
on my
part.
channel.
And I've seen Actman's been tweeting about him. And Pirate Software's actually blocked Actman, which I found really funny.
The same thing. But lots of views on my channel doesn't help if it's all the same audience. Because people can only sign once. We have to reach new audiences. I've been told become a full-time streamer. I might consider it if I thought it would work, but I don't. I've been told I should have made a bigger deal about countries crossing minimum thresholds. Well, I didn't want to celebrate that because
there's only so much that one man can do. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. There's only
it's
so
an
much
arbitrary
one man can
number.
fucking do.
They're the minimums. All that really matters is that 1 million number, and we're a long ways away. Now, another suggestion has been to make a plea to big gamers like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical, Markiplier, anyone like that.
Is that Asmongold?
Jacksepticeye,
Right.
Moist Critical, Markiplier, anyone like
That's Asmon. Wait, that's Asmon. Right there.
that.
I'm
Well,
joking.
yeah, I think that might be a great idea. Our biggest obstacle in the campaign has always been getting enough exposure, and they have exposure. I think any one of them could end this with one video and change gaming history.
Probably.
Problem
yeah.
is,
I mean, Charlie
I have
has
no
made a
idea how
video
to
about
reach
it.
any of them.
Yeah.
Plus, I can understand if they might shy away from this. First, they're probably busy people. But second, they may not want
I like Charlie's obviously gonna make a video about it. He would definitely support stuff like this, and yeah, I haven't watched his video. I probably won't watch it on stream, right? But I probably will watch it like some point later. But PewDiePie, I can't see him with like making too much of this, because you know the only videos he makes now is like vlogs of his life in, like, you know, with his kid and Marzia in Japan. Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, that's like a maybe.
want the kind of heat that comes with changing gaming history, even if it's for the better. And third, if they back this, then 1 million people might mob them to back something else, and then there's no end to it.
That's true. That's also true. Because then they'll be like, oh, you helped this cause, so why don't you help this cause? You helped this, so why don't you help this now?
So I actually can understand some people wanting to sit this out. I mean, yeah, it really sucks that we can't get enough attention on this badly needed change in the games industry, but I'm not shocked either. Honestly, I'm already punching way above my weight class on this. My main promotion video for it got a little under 250,000 views.
PewDiePie's just living his
And
best
about
life right now.
15% of my audience
No
is from
business in
EU
drama anymore?
countries who are
Facts.
eligible to sign. So that means I shouldn't have expected much more than 30 to 40,000 signatures from my audience, and we're over 10 times that.
Jesus,
It's almost
that's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like have signed
Like,
it, but you know, I don't fucking live in the EU, so unfortunately, I can't.
a lot of people out there don't like having their games destroyed. Anyway, most of the criticism
What's it
I've
up to
seen for
now?
how
Like,
I've
before we
run this
continue
campaign
video,
kind of comes.
I'm sure that he's So whenever I open up something new, I always like to just double check it on my other monitor. I don't want something, you know, popping up or it's showing my email. So they're above 500, above 500,000 now. So they're at 519,000 with a goal for 1 million. And when's the deadline's fuck in a month? I mean, hopefully with Charlie making his video, he can get there.
Comes
but
down to be more
it's
popular.
gonna be hard.
Yeah, sure.
If only it was so fucking easy, huh? Be more popular. Yeah, if that was true, I'd fucking have 1 million subscribers by now.
Maybe everybody else knows how to do that. I don't. I kind
not
of view
easy,
that
though.
critique as similar to don't be poor financial advice.
It's another one for me, man. I'm broke as fuck.
And that's from people who support the campaign.
Don't be depressed. It's like when you're sad and someone's like, just be happy. It's like, fuck. I didn't think of that. Fuck, really?
For all the support and fair coverage we've received, there's been some opposition too. Though I want to say 80, maybe even 90% of people who are against the initiative are against it because they think it's doing something it's not. For example,
Retards.
the #1 criticism about the initiative that we've never been able to shake is that it's unworkable because you can't expect publishers to support games forever. Yeah, we know. That's why we've...
That's not the point, right? That's not what it is. After a publisher can stop supporting a game, but make it to the point where the community can still run their own servers.
never asked for that. I must have said this 100 times now. It was written on the website from day one.
Because people are stupid. People are fucking dumb.
But this keeps coming up over and over again.
That's why.
That's the thing. As soon as you say 3 words on requiring end-of-life plans, gamers especially will jump to some conclusion, and I never know where they're going to land.
You know what the best thing to do is with those type of people is just to ignore them.
Ironically, non-gamers tend to be much
retarded.
better at understanding the initiative.
Of course they're
because they're
going
not
to.
coming with a whole bag full of assumptions. A couple other criticisms are how this would violate copyright law by forcing publishers to give up their intellectual property. No, it wouldn't. Some of you may want to pause this part. Or how this won't work because of end-user license agreements. That's also not a problem. Or how this isn't possible because publishers already have agreements with other companies and don't have the rights to distribute that code. We're aware of that. Yes, the initiative is still possible. Those are the ones I've seen most organically. Beyond that, there is a clear patient zero where others come from. Okay, I really don't want to do this next part, but it's become a liability for the campaign for me not to.
Uh-oh.
Our biggest critic by far is YouTuber and streamer Pirate Software, who goes by Thor. If your only exposure to Stop Killing Games has been this video, then you've been misinformed. This video is by someone who does not understand the campaign, has been trying to...
I liked Pirate Software, right? And when it came to that whole WoW situation that happened with him, I thought people were over-exaggerating, and I still do with just that WoW situation. Because to me, I'm just like, it's a fucking game. Who cares? Like, it's fucking World of Warcraft. Who gives a shit, right? But when it comes to a lot of other things, and especially his ego, and I think that's where it is that he has a really big ego to the point where he will always think he's right, and even if he comes out and he's proven wrong, is that he won't admit to his own faults, or he won't admit that he's wrong. And once again, I don't give a fuck about the WoW situation. Like, to me, that whole situation is just stupid. Like, who gives a fuck, right? It's fucking WoW. But everything else, whenever he's coming out and mentioned anything, or people have told him no, he just doesn't back down from it.
to stop it and has been making up what it is about. I am not saying that lightly. I will prove it in a minute. Now you might be thinking, okay, so some YouTuber got something wrong on the internet. So what? See, that
It's not that. It's just that he doubles down.
was my thinking too. The problem
That's
is how
what it is.
incredibly influential this YouTuber has been. Remember that list of coverage on the campaign? Well, best I can tell, Thor's coverage has been bigger than literally anyone else on those lists, except Asmongold. And the only video Asmongold had on this bigger than Thor's was about Thor's video. So for all practical purposes, Thor here has been the #1 voice on the campaign, and he's been lying about what it is.
You think the WoW drama was more about him being unwillingly to take accountability rather than being dumb as fuck? See, I didn't really give a shit about that too much. Like, even then, when it comes to him not taking accountability and whoever's right and whoever's wrong, I don't care because to me it's like a video game. But when it comes to something like this goes beyond the video games, like I stated. But it was a while ago, and I don't remember. It's like to me, it's just like there's multiple people to blame in that situation, right? And like I said, it's just like to me that's just like a dumb situation. But to me, this is something different because this has got to do with actual consumers, like money basically, and consumer rights, like people's right to own something and to be able to play something.
That's a bit loaded, though. In this case, I'm using the second definition of lie. I have no evidence it's the first. This video came out right as we were building momentum, then except for one boost in Germany, the signatures started drying up like clockwork. This put me in kind of a no-win scenario, too. Because if I ignored it...
He's dropped off significantly, though. You agree for sure? Yeah, it's like, if you look at... Let's go to, like, Twitch Tracker. Twitch Tracker Pirate software. His channel views have dipped a lot. Like, look at this. He went from, like, in 2024, so last year, because, like, late 2023 is when he started to, like, you know, boost up in the popularity. He was averaging, like, look at these months, 10,000, 13,000, 10,000, 14,000. And then, like, since this year, boom. In February this year, he lost 20,000 followers, and then his, like, average viewers have just, like, gone down and just, like, dipped ever since then. It was all because of the WoW drama, which I thought was fucking stupid. But now with, like, this on top of that, it's just, yeah, it's not good. And then, like, look, over the last couple days since this video has now come out, he's lost even more followers on his Twitch. So he lost, a couple days ago, he lost 729, and then, no, 2 days ago, he lost 729. Then yesterday, he lost 587. And even then, his, like, average viewers have dipped over the last couple days.
Then a lot of people are going to get misinformed about the campaign. But if I did a response video, which is not something I wanted to do anyway, then it might look like drama farming, which could understandably turn off a lot of...
Yeah, but if someone's legitimately making up shit about, like, a movement like this, I would say it's like a movement, right? When something like this, where you're actually trying to do good, and someone's legitimately, like, bashing what you're trying to do and spreading lies, then I think it's 100% reasonable, and then it's not drama farming to talk about it.
A lot of people from the campaign, because it's not about that at all.
Campaign, not movement. Campaign.
So I quickly made this video trying to clear up all misconceptions and concerns about the initiative with timestamps for everyone's questions, hoping the truth would eventually come out. I can see now that was a mistake. I should have just embraced the drama. To this day,
sometimes you have to, man.
I'm still getting frequent comments and emails about the same falsehoods about the campaign that originated in this video. Well, now I have nothing to lose. If we don't get the signatures, then none of this matters anyway. So if this campaign is failing because of me not talking about this, then I'll at least correct history here on the way down. I'll get this over with and go over what I think are the biggest points of Pirate Software's videos. I'm not going to go over everything because collectively Thor has made hours of video on both me and the movement. I'd be here forever. Believe me, I could address...
If you don't like something and you think the movement's bad, why make hours long, like, footage about it? Just fucking talk about it once.
Smaller
so
things
you don't
too,
like it,
and
that's it.
kind of already have. All right, let's start. Okay, point number 1. Thor does not understand what Stop Killing Games is. Here it is in his words.
So for those who don't understand, the Stop Killing Games initiatives is basically, we don't want single-player games.
No.
To have...
No, it's not. They're literally talking about online games.
Of DRM that the developers can turn off and thus render the single-player games inactive anymore. This is what they want to change. They need to be specific.
I mean, even if it is single-player games also. And it says action on the crew. The crew was an online game.
Specific that they're talking about single-player games that do not need a server to support them.
No.
And as much as they want it to be about specifically games, where it is a single-player game that has always online functionality, it would impact every live service game that exists. Instead of just targeting single-player, always online games.
No, that's not what it is. Stop Killing Games includes single-player
Yeah, of course it does. Of course it includes single-player games, but it's not just about
games,
that.
but nothing about it is specific to them.
No.
He completely made that up, and I have no idea where he got that impression. This is what I mean. It's harder for gamers to understand this because they come with so many assumptions. It's like that saying about doctors being the worst patients. So let's clear this up. It's the first line on the website. Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers. But the movement includes all this stuff from earlier, and he was mostly talking about the initiative. Well, the short version is the initiative is about requiring publishers to have end-of-life plans for games they've sold to customers in the
Pirate
future.
Software either has no reading comprehension or is just defaming Stop Killing Games. I think that he misunderstood it, right? This is how I assume it. I'm assuming here. I'm making shit up, all right? So don't take my word for a thing. But this is what I'm putting together in the way my brain's turning, right? And it's like a pot and I'm stirring it. Is that Pirate Software, I think that he initially misunderstood what it was doing, right? What Stop Killing Games was trying to do. And once he realized what it actually was, because he has an ego, right? And he doesn't want to admit that he was wrong, he's just now still going with the lie. That's how I see it.
So when they shut them down, customers can continue running them without their support. The long version depends on what kind of transaction is being made. As you can see, it's not easy to explain in a soundbite. But if you notice, we don't make a distinction between single-player and multiplayer games. That's because the law doesn't either.
No,
so
of
why
course
make
not.
this even harder? Both the movement and the law are making distinctions on how games are sold.
Quadrupling down
Also,
is
that
wild.
part he said
It
about
is
it
wild.
affecting all live service games, yes and no. It would affect most live service games in the future, but the initiative is not retroactive. So that's one thing Thor doesn't understand, but he also seems to think this is about converting multiplayer games to single player. Once
No, it's
again,
not.
he made that up, and I have no
Where do you get that from? What?
idea why he thought that.
He's a game dev. Thor makes video games. He's made video games. He's worked for... You would think that he would understand this more than anyone. No, they're not asking that. You can literally put out... companies can shut down their own servers for games, but still make it where players can run their own servers. It's happened before. It can happen. That's what it is. It's not turning multiplayer games into... Fuck, that's retarded.
Transitioning an entire multiplayer server-side game into a single-player video game, which means rebalancing the entire experience
It's not what it is.
around single player, rebuilding everything in the entire game. How are you going to do that with Final Fantasy XIV? You're just going to make all the raids soloable? Imagine the day that World of Warcraft shuts down, and suddenly you have to make it a single-player game for every individual that ever bought the game. That's what they're asking for.
No.
Because they would have to sunset live service games as a single-player experience. The idea that suddenly you need to make every single live service game playable single-player offline? No, dude.
Correct. No. This one is particularly baffling to me because I've heard most counter-arguments before, but until Thor, I've never heard this one. That we want the industry to convert all multiplayer games into single-player ones. I keep saying it, you never know where gamers are going to take this.
Nowhere in there does it say that it's directly targeting always online single-player games.
Oh, he's so close. He's so close to getting it.
It is vague, and because of that, it will impact...
He never has that light bulb moment. Well, he is correct in that statement. It's almost as if that's not what the initiative is asking for. But those were his streams with a smaller audience. What does he say in his big YouTube video with over 1 million views that he had time to research?
If we're trying to kill off the practice of developers putting together a live service game, pitching it as a single-player experience, and then taking away support in the future...
Now he's changed it again and is making up how it's about single-player games are advertised. What is he doing?
It needs to be specific about the business practice it's trying to defeat, which is specifically...
I like how Thor, Pirate Software, is talking about single player game. He's like, oh, they're saying not to shut down single player games. Meanwhile, he has The Crew, which is the example that Stop Killing Games is making this. This is the example that they've pulled to, like, you know, make it. Because when you want to go through with an initiative like this, right, and a campaign, the best way to, like, put something forward is to have an example, right? So The Crew is obviously the example that they're putting out. It literally says right fucking here, large scale multiplayer. Online only racing game. Large scale multiplayer elements.
Companies that are doing this under the guise of it being a single
Can
player.
you not read? How much? Wait, I want to see the like to dislike ratio of this video. I don't think I ever watched Pirate Software's video. Pirate Software. Fuck. Oh my god. He's just. Oh my god. Charlie made a video about it. Fuck. Has Pirate Software made anything? I'm surprised. No, he hasn't. Jesus. Is it his most popular? Where is it? Make video games. No. Don't tell me he deleted it, right? Yeah, here we go. Oh no, that's part 2. Where's part 1? Here we go.
Hi.
Let this be a lesson to the kids. No matter how confidently someone speaks about a topic, they can be wrong about it. Be careful who you decide to accept at face value. Nowhere in there does it say that things I'm saying it is. I'm surprised this has 78,000 views. But yet again, this was definitely last year when Thor was a lot more popular. And I definitely think that he's hindered this
Their game,
campaign.
but adding online-only functionality that is not necessary and doesn't add any gameplay elements. That's the problem.
No, that's not it at all.
And there are some people that'll say, well, just make it all single player.
Like
well,
you?
I've explained that doesn't make any sense in the first place. If you're making it all single
Who's
player,
saying
you'd have
that?
to carve off all of that, and it's developer time and money. These are two different ideologies, and that's okay to have two different ideologies. I
Charlie's made 2 videos. One about the tweets and one about the
just
Ross
won't
video.
agree with
Yeah.
it.
But those aren't the ideologies. Nothing in the initiative is asking to convert games to single player.
Nowhere in there does it say that it's directly targeting always online single player games.
Yeah, so why does he keep bringing it up?
It's funny. True. It's like it doesn't even say it, but he keeps
This
talking
is a
about
total
it.
red herring.
If we don't like the idea of live service games as a whole, I get it. Don't play live service games then. Don't agree to those terms.
You can't.
No, he's
You can't tell people not to play something, bro. You can't do that.
getting a new thing wrong now. We're not against them existing.
Yeah.
We're against them being destroyed with no recourse for the customer.
Exactly, and you can't tell people, oh, if you don't like the prospect of a game shutting down, then don't play it. That's such bullshit. That's especially coming from someone who is a game dev as well. Like, you would think that someone like that would be for this.
Just use logic. If we didn't like them in the first place, why would we care if they're being destroyed? He says he gets it, but he doesn't.
No, I don't think he does.
Let's talk about the actual bad business practices. In the case that a studio is making a live service game and they sell it to you as a product, they say
Yes.
that you are purchasing the game or you are
Yes.
buying the game, when in
Okay.
reality you're actually purchasing or buying a license to that game.
Okay.
I think that we should be fighting about that. The initiative is not trying to call that out specifically. It's trying to say that all games need to stay in a functionable, playable state,
Yes!
which is not calling out the language that is being used to manipulate the player. Call that out specifically.
Okay, I don't know if he's doing this intentionally. I'll be charitable and assume he's not. But this is some serious obfuscation. He's complaining that the initiative isn't focused on another topic he made up. I mean, what is that logic? Hey, the initiative doesn't address how Capcom changed the look of Dante in the Devil May Cry
It's so
reboot
bad.
either.
It's
That
so
may as
bad.
well be what he's saying there. I am not aware of a game on the planet with a license agreement that says you are not buying a license. Our problem is not with licenses failing to inform people.
No.
Blizzard says they can take away your purchase for no reason.
That's stupid.
sounds-
See that? Like,
Pretty clear to me. Our problem is those terms are so hostile to consumers and the medium that they should be taken off the table entirely.
Exactly.
This needs regulation. Forget video games. If you look at basic commerce for hundreds of years, when you paid money, you either got to keep what you paid for, or if it was a service, you were told when your access ends. The vast majority of online-only games do neither of those. The games industry is trying to upend basic commerce. I think you have to go back to feudalism before neither of those things are true. Why even have consumer laws if you have no rights?
If you try to tell me that every studio needs to run their live service game indefinitely or not want to run one at all, then no one's going to run them.
Oh no! He wheeled out that line about publishers having to support the game forever. He was literally watching the video earlier where it says it won't do that in big letters. That wasn't enough.
What the initiative would not do. Require...
Can't stop gamers from going there, even when we spell it out.
Oh my god. It's... like I said, he's just quadrupling down. This is why physical copies of games are better in general. You do not trust these companies. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, yeah. But you know what? You know what companies are doing now? Like Nintendo? Making it cost more when it comes to physical copies, and even then the physical copy is just a code. You wanna know one of the most depressing days in my fucking life was? It was like when I first started PC gaming. This was probably like 10 years, something like 10 years ago, right? I think it was before I was 18. I pre-ordered a game on PC, right? From EB Games, which is Australia's GameStop, right? And I pre-ordered it at EB Games thinking that I was going to get a disc. When it got handed to me and I opened it up, I was like, where's the disc? And the guy was like to me, oh, you just put the code in and download it. I'm like, then what the fuck is point of getting a hard copy? Like, that's the thing. They don't even fucking sell discs anymore for PC. I mean, this doesn't even have... You can't even put a CD in my PC either. It's just all codes now. That's what fucking the new Nintendo Switch 2 is as well. Is that you put it in and it's just a fucking... It just detects... It doesn't even have a game on the disc anymore. It just has a fucking code. And then, like, the console detects the code. It's just like...
Guys, this part hurts. To see the biggest voice on this issue get it wrong again and again and again, then put that same wrong information on blast to a far bigger audience than we can reach. It hurts. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand what we're asking for. Now, to be fair, it sounded like he was getting a little closer in this video. Yeah, despite being called...
I can't believe he made a part 2.
It's at least the fourth video he did on this.
If you want that to stay in a functional playable state, that means the devs have to release either server binaries or somehow carve off the game to be a single-player experience now.
That's better, but he's still talking about converting the single-player right to the end.
And nowhere has it... You know what's funny? Is that, like, because it all came back to me, like, once I started getting this video, because I forgot what this was all about, but then I remembered once I started watching it, right? Is that, like, at no point during this whole time when I first saw it, and, like, even before he started talking about Thor, did I think about they're trying to turn multiplayer games into single player games? Nowhere did I get that.
He never completely got it. So Pirate Software did not understand the initiative. Maybe still doesn't. That means the majority of his critique is about things it would not do, like kill all MMOs.
If that passes, enjoy never playing an MMO again for the rest of your life. And taking away from every other person that plays MMOs.
It really wouldn't. And I've explained why in that video.
If anything, this would actually help MMOs. Because there's been I'm pretty sure there's been MMOs in the past where the companies have to shut the servers, companies have shuttered the servers down and made the game unplayable. But then there has been other MMOs where companies can no longer support the servers, but they end up becoming community servers. Like the community ends up running the servers, and it actually helps these MMOs like survive until the end of the day, until legitimately no one plays it anymore. Not because the company told you can't play it anymore, but because the players don't want to play it anymore.
But the short version is companies would have to stop liking money for that to happen. Lots of money. But his number one criticism is that he thinks the initiative is vague.
Incredibly vague. Too vague. Very vague. Damn vague. It's vague. It's vague. That is vague. Too vague. Vaguely written. Vague. Incredibly vague. Vaguely worded. Vague. 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 This is vague.
This goes on.
You think it?
Well, from Thor's
City of Heroes
perspective,
is a good
his logic
example
is
of this
pretty
from
sound
menu.
for this part. But the thing
City
about
of
logic
Heroes.
is it's only as good as your assumed truths. And he said multiple times now that he thinks the initiative...
City of Heroes. City of Heroes. So... I just farted, chat. Damn. Where is like the... So it says here, it was launched in 2004. They team up on August 2012, terminated it. Parallel development team ending in a production of the last day of services in 2019. Source code capable of running was distributed widely. This made it possible to create City of Heroes servers outside the direct preview of NC Soft and revived interest in the game, which by then had been out of development for more than 6 years. See, it's like, what's wrong with doing this? Just distribute the source code so that it can be run by community servers. Like, this is actually a great example, man. Thank you. But like, legitimately, like, how does Pirate not understand this? It's like, this is all we'd be trying to do. That's it. That's all it would ask, is that companies, if they don't want to support the game anymore, distribute source code so where it's possible to run some servers. Like, that's it. That's all people want. Jesus fucking Christ. Apparently it's got on January last year, granted Homecoming Servers, who operated the Rogue server Homecoming City of Heroes, an official license to host the game. Look at that, and that's great. And then another developer has now picked up this game, and now they're hosting the servers. So it's just like, fuck. And it doesn't have them, they don't have a licensing when it comes to the publishing of the game. It's just to run the servers. That's all it is. Just operate the Rogue server. That's it. That's all. That's all people want.
is only about single-player games. So since he's expecting the thing he made up, but that's not what the initiative is asking for, he thinks it's vague. Because for him, it is.
Nowhere in there does it say that it's directly targeting always online single-player games. It is vague.
Yeah, in fact, if we look at that long definition again, let's add a subsection just for Thor. Single-player games with an online DRM check. Those would already fall under this broader category. So Thor is expecting this. Again, I don't know why, but instead he's seeing an initiative that covers all of this. That's why he calls it vague 50 times.
He's got a
the thought
he's
that
got
we
he's got
want
tunnel
what
vision
we're asking
goggles
for
on.
and not the thing he made up seems to have never entered his head. The initiative is trying to stop the destruction of games. That's the whole point. It covers the types of games most in need of saving. If we only covered this tiny subsection, that would save maybe 1% or less of games that get destroyed.
Of
This would
course.
do almost nothing. I'm not
Yeah.
saying there isn't one, but I literally can't think of a game that meets this criteria.
Is there any, like, not really. Because with single player, like, games that require online, after, like, they stop running, you can still actually play them.
Every game I know of with single-player content that's been destroyed has been designed to run server-side, not locally. Older ones like that tend to have the DRM cracked, which is not an ideal solution, but that does stop game destruction. And newer ones with Denuvo or something tend to have it removed by end of life. So I say less than 1%, but this might save 0% of games. I'm not sure. The initiative is actually not that vague. Though to be fair, some people did get hung up on this part. A reasonably playable or functional state. True, that is not 100% specific. There are reasons for that. You know how in law, police can stop a suspect with reasonable suspicion?
Yeah.
Or a jury finds someone guilty beyond all reasonable doubt? That's because the number of situations you face are so varied that the law has to inject some common sense somewhere. It's the same with games. A multi-million-dollar MMO is a different animal from a budget arena shooter. It won't work making highly specific laws.
Of course.
That's one half of it. The other half of it is this sentence is an olive branch to publishers. I've heard complaints this isn't specific enough. Okay, but you know what the
because I guess as well is that there are some things that when it would come to, you know, the publisher, the initial publisher not being able to run the game, is that there are probably some features, right? And this wouldn't, I don't think this would be many, right? But there probably would be features that you cannot, that would have to change or that can no longer be run with the servers or something like that. So that's why they're also leaving it open.
The alternative to this would be, here, I'll show you. The game must be fully functional and contain 100% of all features as advertised. So as a publisher, which requirement would you rather meet? More importantly, this sentence shows the EU Commission that we're acting in good faith and trying to find a balance. I think some of the people asking for this to be more specific may not realize what they're asking for. I know some won't believe this, but a hell of a lot of thought went into the wording of the initiative. I think it's almost perfect. See, the initiative isn't even a proposed bill, it's a negotiation. Our side says we want games to be functional when publishers end support, so they need end-of-life plans. The industry's position is going to be against whatever we write and claim they need no regulation whatsoever. Then the EU Commission gets to decide who is more in the right here. The Citizens Initiative is the opening offer in these negotiations. Trust me, the industry worth hundreds of billions of dollars will make its position known to the EU. We don't have to make their case for them. So for this negotiation, simple is good. That's why we're straight and to the point for what we want. Then the industry will argue against that. Then the EU Commission might look for compromises. You don't start a negotiation with a bunch of compromises because then it'll get so watered down you won't save anything. Oh, and that long definition list are actually logical extensions of the simpler language used in the initiative. It's actually kind of slick. Plus, there's a character limit on these things. The EU Commission doesn't want you trying to cover 50 edge cases at this phase.
Yeah.
All right, so Pirate Software did not
They don't want something like the big beautiful bill coming through.
understand the initiative. But
They don't
point
want that.
two,
Legit, the EU doesn't want no BBB, bro. They don't want no big beautiful bill. They want you to keep it fucking small and short. Just keep it short, simple, and straight to the fucking point.
he also did not make it easy for the truth to get out. I had never heard of him prior to all this, but during the campaign, I had dozens of people contacting me, telling me how wise and reasonable he is, how he's really pro-consumer.
Just because someone speaks with confidence doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Sometimes I speak with confidence and I'm talking out of my fucking ass, right?
And represents developers.
I know this for a fact because I am a professional bullshitter, all right? I can talk out my goddamn ass and make it out like I know what I'm talking about. So trust me, just because Thor sounds like he knows what he's talking about doesn't mean he always knows what he's talking about.
Really,
and this is a great example of it.
Great, let's do it. So this was my first encounter of him.
Oh shit, now this
Not
is
a great
actually really
first
dumb.
encounter.
It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction. That's awful, dude. No, eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move. That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit then. I drop the mask entirely. I have no qualms about that. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing. That sounds stupid as shit.
Oh, yeah. I can see why people like him. It's like listening to Mr. Rogers. As you can imagine, we've been less than thrilled that Thor here has become the dominant voice of the campaign, especially when he doesn't understand it. Though I did find the used car salesman part amusing, since if people could read my mind, they would understand how much I dread anything resembling sales or marketing, or just trying to push things on people who aren't interested in them. I'm not exaggerating when I said I've hated having to run this campaign.
This is the most uneducated take I have ever seen in games.
Now, as for that one, I do have a bachelor's in criminal justice,
Oh, damn.
which might explain why I'm coming at this from very different angles than he is. You know, focusing on people having rights and checking what consumer law actually says rather than what's most convenient for publishers. Though I think I
You know what? I think that might be, maybe that's why. Maybe Thor's thinking about it, right? Pyrosoft is thinking about all of this whole entire situation from a publisher's side of point, right? And publishers would hate this shit. Publishers don't want this to go through.
know where that comment is coming from because I've gotten it before. Here's what I think is happening. Online-only games have a client and a server, but a lot also have middleware that developers don't have permission to distribute to customers, or depend on microservices they have no control over, and the server software isn't even designed to run on a customer system. You can't just cut out the middleware and remove the microservices because they're integrated too deeply. That would still leave the game bricked and could take months to fix and be a lot of work. So I think some devs think we're saying all they need to do is just release the server binaries at end of life and yay, everything is solved. And that's why they think we're ignorant. Well, for some games that could work, but not ones like these. Plus, that's not what we're saying. First off, we're not even mandating the methodology because, again, doing that could run afoul of copyright law. Second, this whole diagram is looking at a game that exists right now and was never designed to have an end-of-life plan. Those might not be salvageable. So what we're saying is let's take a game in the future. No code has been written yet. It's still just a design document. Okay, so we have the client portion as usual. Then we have the server logic. Now we'll bring in our usual middleware and microservice vendors.
Yeah.
Nope. Stop. Now the EU says we can't just brick customer purchases like we've been doing if we want to sell our games there. So that means we can't keep making all these same deals the way we have been. Now we need to renegotiate with the vendors to allow for an end-of-life build with their software. Or redesign things to make the microservices easier to sever at end of life.
Yeah.
And vendors probably will renegotiate. Otherwise, they'll start losing sales to everyone who wants to sell games.
Because I think what I was initially talking about when it came to, just having these community servers and people running the servers on their own is that obviously I don't fully understand it. I'm saying it more simply than thing, but obviously it's a lot more complicated of when it comes to, and maybe these companies don't want to just fully hand out the source code directly to the community and stuff like that. But there would definitely be some ways to implement it where, it's easier for them to give out and be able to run these servers once if the publisher doesn't want to support it anymore.
EU. But say a vendor refuses anyway. Then we need to go with vendor B, who will offer EU compliant solutions because they will be happy to take money away from their competitor, vendor A. Or maybe we need to abandon one of the microservices altogether and come up with an in-house alternative that is compatible with an end-of-life plan. And if the server can't run on consumer hardware, well, maybe now we code it in a way that's more versatile and can be compiled to run a stripped-down version with less features for the customer machine at end of life. Or hey, if that's not...
Which is why they are talking about in a functionable state instead of it's fully required state, where it's just they might have to remove some features, but the game is still playable. And it wouldn't be major features, obviously.
Doable?
That would be... Yeah, that would be bullshit, but I could also see companies doing that because they're assholes.
Then we scrap that, but still give customers some form of server software at end of life because now we've planned for this, and inform them it requires specialized hardware, and they're on their own for getting it working. And these are all just suggestions.
Better than nothing.
The publisher would get to decide how they want to comply.
And you know that they're going to be the most pain in the fucking asses when it comes to complying.
Or is not alone in developers trashing what I just said. I don't know why, but some of the nastiest insults I've received on the entire campaign have been when I try to explain this is what we're asking for. This part in particular triggers...
You wanna know why? You wanna know why? Because it's more work. It's more work. And you don't know what they don't want to do? more fucking work. All right, that's all it is. And listen, I'm studying game development right now, and I know games are hard to make. They are, especially coding. Coding, like when it comes to my skill sets, is that I am very good at design, so I'm very good at world building, all that stuff. My next is art. I can 3D model. Right, if I put my head to it, I can draw. Like I'm pretty decent. And then last one is fucking programming. I can't code and program for shit. Okay?
There's some
And it's
people
fucking
to no
hard.
end.
That video made me actually mad, like real mad, not like fake memes mad, like actually mad.
Why though?
Like I'm actually mad.
Upsetting people is not our goal, by the way. We actually want this transition to be as easy as possible for publishers and developers. However, we are stubbornly against proposals that won't stop commercial games being destroyed, because that's the whole point. Anyway, you heard Thor's comments for me. In light of that, I think I've been pretty diplomatic. I am just trying to get this initiative passed. If that means I have to get
Structure of
insulted...
code isn't too crazy. You just have a hard time remembering syntax. Oh man, anything we've got to do with coding, bro, it makes me want to bang my head up against the wall.
all along the way.
So I like when it comes to the game development side, like that's the only things that like I can't comment too much of when it comes to the coding side of things, because when it comes to being able to code all that kind of stuff of when it comes to servers and shit, I wouldn't be able to tell you like how it is. But I feel at least, like you said, is that I don't think it would be like structuring that code would be too difficult to make it where it's more consumer friendly and having an end of life plan. I honestly do not think that coding that in would be that hard. But yet again, once like I said, is that even if it's just like an extra day's work, like one day, these cunts don't want to fucking do it.
Okay. So with that in mind, I reached out to him, not expecting to change his mind, but to at least clarify things since he got so much wrong. If you're gonna hate us, at least hate us for what we're actually doing.
Yeah.
Not for things that are made up about us.
Like if you're gonna like talk shit about it and say that you don't like it, at least be like, oh, I don't like the fact that they want to put an end of life plan for these online games, and that if a publisher wants to shut down the game and not give it to the community, that they should be allowed to do that. At least get it right. Like, at least if you're not gonna like something, at least get it right.
I got a message from Ross. There were many other misunderstandings in your video. It's clear that you hate the initiative, and I doubt I would change that. That is correct. I would encourage you to at least hate it for what it accurately is. I do.
He says that so confidently. Oh yeah, you knocked it out of the park. You understood everything.
You don't even think... I don't think they would even need to code that. They would probably just export it differently depending on the goal. I wouldn't have a clue, man. Like I said, I wouldn't have a clue.
In other words, the customer...
But I think, yeah, like I said, I think it's just it does depend. Like, it would probably depend on the game and like the features and like what it would be. Like, yeah, I feel like it's a base-to-base situation, you know what I mean?
Explicitly that their access ends at the time of payment. Most live service games do not do this, which could run afoul of EU law. Most is patently incorrect.
Patently incorrect? Okay, for those who don't know much about live service games, that's like saying the Earth isn't...
blind here. You just started learning game dev as a hobby a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's like I said, is that when it comes to a lot of things in game dev, I'm like pretty sharp on. It's just when it comes to programming, I let programmers touch that shit. like next semester, me and my team are gonna start developing a game for a shit. And whenever, like, obviously being the designer and I'm the team lead, so obviously I'm gonna have to understand coding to a certain extent, and I do understand it to a certain extent. But when it comes to a lot of it, I'm just gonna go to my programmers. I'm just gonna be like, guys, you guys can figure this shit out.
Round. He says verify.
The art I can help with. If you need help with 3D modeling, man, I'll help my artists out, right? When it comes to the programming side, I'll just be like, man, fuck.
The false things so confidently. If his viewers don't know any better, how can I blame anyone for believing what he says about the initiative when he talks like that? It's incredible. And he does not wish to discuss this with me or anyone else in the initiative. Why not?
Would you consider reaching out and talking to Ross about it? No. And the reason why is because I found his entire statement over the YouTube incredibly disingenuous.
How? All he was saying was that you misunderstood what it was. How is that disingenuous? That's such... Oh,
Yes.
bro. If anyone's disingenuous, it's fucking Thor.
This issue, which has bothered me since I was a teenager and I've spent 10 years on trying to push back against, is me being disingenuous. Where is this coming from? Well, it comes from a slide I had in my promotional video, the half-joke slide. He hated this, and I think he may have a...
Reasons the ECI could pass. Politicians like easy wins. Politicians mostly don't care about video games. That's true. The law is already unclear on this practice. That's also true. The initiative is in line with other consumer policies. That's also true. It's a diversion from more serious topics. Well, he doesn't like the politicians like easy wins. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a joke, but is he fucking wrong? Of course they fucking like it. They love that shit.
Or rather...
That's why whenever you see, like whenever there's a cultural change, that's why you see politicians hop on that shit, or a political party will hop on that cultural change. It's not because they care about that cultural shift. They don't give a shit. They actually don't care. Like when you see like politicians, and like I'm gonna get political here, right? But I don't care. When you see politicians hop on, like when it comes to any LGBT stuff, right? They don't actually care. They just care about getting public sentiment and people in the public to look good on them. That's all they care. They just want people on their side and to get an easy win for their opinions. That's it. So he's not wrong about that. And politicians mostly don't care about video games. That's also true. Politicians, because they're old, a lot of politicians now, they are like 50 plus, right? I don't think there is a politician, at least here in Australia, majority of politicians in the national parliament, there's no way that any of them in there are fucking younger than 50. And a lot of these cunts didn't play video games growing up and do not give a shit about video games. Like when it comes to Australia's censorship of video games, we are the worst. It's terrible. And the reason why it's terrible is because the politicians don't give a shit. They do not care. But if you could find a way to make it where you say, hey, this is a big problem. It is, you know, in line with consumer policies. And if you help back this, it will get people on your side and it will get you an easy win because it's in line with other consumer policies. Then you will get politicians to care about video games.
A privileged view of politics.
You want to put together legislation
That's
because
why.
it's the right thing to do,
We did.
not because you can convince legal representatives to do it no matter.
But it's the right thing to do, and you can also convince people to, you know, help pass it. It's both. It
It's
goes hand
both.
in hand.
These are
Exactly, it goes hand in hand. Both.
not
This video is not pre-watched, by the way.
mutually exclusive things.
The idea that we're going to go through this because it's an easy win, but not the right win? No, dude.
Oh, God. So we misunderstood the initiative and misunderstood our intentions. And in his words, this is why he refuses to have a dialogue with the movement. So now I have to address it. Let's keep it basic. He calls me disingenuous, implying I don't believe what I'm pushing for, that this is some sort of con. That's uncharitable to the point of being silly.
Man does not care about this that he made an hour video about
Besides
it.
video evidence going back 10 years, this is not a hard concept to grasp. I hate seeing creative works needlessly destroyed when people are trying to save them. And video games are where I see that happen the most. Of course I believe in what I'm advocating for. Maybe start from there. I'm a little surprised that didn't sink in.
The idea of getting it to pass with an easy win instead of pass because it's good is a problem to me. Absolute problem.
That's not how politics works.
Mhm.
Do you think things pass because they're good ideas?
Fuck
Tell that to
no.
people who still have lead in their water. A lot of gamers are jaded with...
Like I said, politicians don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. They don't. They say politicians are meant to be for the people, but they're not. They used to be, but not
good
anymore.
cause. The industry has been shaking them down every which way. The perception that it's hopeless to protect our rights against billion-dollar conglomerates is often correct. If I told people this would pass just because it's a good idea, I wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
This slide is a half joke, but it's also some
You know what else is a really good idea? Free food. Free food is a great idea. Having free food where the government makes it where no one has to pay for food for the rest of their life. That is a great idea. Amazing idea. Guess what? It will never fucking pass. It will never pass. It won't fucking happen. There's so many great ideas that where it's just like if you put this up and you made it where it's like, that would be amazing. But it ain't gonna happen. This, on the other hand, is a great idea and also is an easy win because it should pass.
totally cynical reasons that are often true to let people know we have a chance and this isn't utterly hopeless. Do you think I or most people in the movement give a damn why politicians might pass something good?
Of course not.
What we care about is that they pass something good. We don't need them to be true believers. We need them to pass good law. This is as soft as it possibly gets.
Like don't get me wrong, there probably are politicians out there who actually who would give a shit about this. Like there probably are some, right? Especially up and coming, because obviously there's going to be people who are slowly starting to come into the political scene where they did grow up playing video games and they probably are more knowledgeable with this stuff than the fucking old 80-year-old cunts that are in politics at the moment. So there are some people who would care about this, but there are also a lot of people, especially the ones who are actually in power and have the ability to pass about this, that actually don't care about this. Like I said, that all they care about is getting an easy win. And if you can convince them that they will get an easy win with this and they pass something that's good, that's a win-win. It's a win for them, win for us.
I think most politicians would find this slide funny.
It is
It
funny.
sounds like he's offended I have a low opinion of the political process. Well, I'm the one in the trenches here. I'm not sure if he's upset at me or just upset at reality. Yeah, I am too.
A lot of people are upset at reality.
He went on to delete my reply to him. Thankfully, someone backed it up. And
Really?
I figured, okay, he hates.
He did. Fuck. I've deleted a lot of comments, but Jesus, fucking hell.
This. It was thrust upon him by his viewers. I'll just leave him.
Especially when it's from the source as well. Like I just delete randoms, right? This movement works because it is very clear how they would solve the problem of video games getting killed. Easy win for politicians and people. Exactly. It's just like, this isn't even complicated. Thor is like, he's like trying to complicate it so much and making it out like, he says it's vague, but then he's complicating it himself. And it's just like, bro, it's so simple. All we want is end-of-life plans for video games where a company can't shut down a game and make it unplayable. That's it. That's all it is. And it doesn't just mean single-player games. It means any game.
Well, that was a mistake on my part, because then he went on to make more videos about me and the movement, now reaching over 1 million views, still broadcasting the wrong information on us. I guess I'm being petty here, but this is alien thinking to me. Why would you call someone out, then run away from a conversation with them when they say there's a misunderstanding, but then go on to make more videos calling them out? Sir, that is not gentlemanly behavior.
No, it's
All right,
disingenuous.
I know this is going on too long, so I'll get to the final point.
It's fine, bro.
Thor misunderstood the initiative, misunderstood our intentions, and misinformed a lot of people about both. But the irony is, I think he would have hated it even more if he did understand it. Because first, he doesn't see any of this as a problem.
Gaming isn't in need of saving. No, it's not a form of planned obsolescence. It's called the game no longer being profitable and we turned it off. No games are being destroyed here. These are live service games.
Yeah, you heard him. No games are being destroyed. Does he just say anything?
What do you mean? But they have an example. The crew is the example. What?
Is that why he's popular? More to the point, and what I wish he included in his...
Thor is popular, and I liked Thor. I really did. Right? Like I did like him for a long time, right? I think I'm probably still subscribed to him on YouTube, right? Especially his shorts. Like I used to like watching his shorts and shit. But it's just like the reason why he got popular is because he speaks with a lot of authority. He does. The way he speaks with, you know, thing. And that's why a lot of people get popular on the internet, right? Is because when they what's the word? Survey like an opinion or a message, is that they're able to put it out really well. And that's what Thor does. He's really good of when it comes to surveying his opinion. He's really good at that. Even if doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, he makes it out like he does. Like me. Except when I get proven wrong, I'll just be like, oh, fuck.
Main video is he supports games being destroyed.
A very strange demand from people in the gaming industry where live service games should live forever, whether in the hands of the developer or otherwise. And I can't get behind that shit. I think live service games getting sunsetted is fine. I've always thought that. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
But what about the money that people spend? What about if I bought a game and I want to play it?
There's nothing wrong with that at all. I have no problems with the end of a video game.
See, I wish he started his big YouTube video with that message instead of deleting it. Instead, he presented himself as pro-preservation and not wanting the medium to die out.
It's incredibly important to me that we keep making games and that the next generation has the tools to do so that our medium doesn't die out.
So you don't want the medium to die out, but then you're fine with games getting shut down. It doesn't make sense.
And it never will. And that's the whole intention of all of this.
So he doesn't want games to die out, except he's fine with that. I think there's some cognitive dissonance going on there. And he's against killing single-player games that only have a DRM check, okay? But then says people who buy single-player games with more than a DRM check are stupid, and he doesn't play those.
I don't buy games that are always online single-player games. I refuse to play those because it's stupid.
That's some tough talk coming from a fan of Diablo 4.
It's actually really freaking good, dude. The game's
That's a good one.
fantastic. Itemization is great.
Diablo 4 is dog shit.
Systems design is great.
Let me say that again. Diablo 4 is fucking ass. Just play PoE.
Design has been fantastic. The characters are good.
Unless you have like, I don't know, unless you only want to play like a little bit of a game. Unless you're really casual.
Voice acting is
then
great.
Diablo 4
So is
can
he
be
saying
good.
he wouldn't have played Diablo 4's single-player campaign if it didn't have forced multiplayer also? Even though he's praising it and appears to be playing solo? Or is he saying that people that just wanted to play Diablo 4 single-player are stupid? I admit I got lost on his stance there, but what's more clear to me is we're not on the same side.
No.
Here's a list of some popular games that are all at risk of being
Yeah. And you know what puts me out is fucking Path of Exile. That's that. If that game had to get shut, if Triple G came out and said, "Boom, that's it," the game would be shut down and I wouldn't be able to play it anymore. And that fucking
at some time
that
in the
would be
future.
shit.
The Stop Killing Games movement sees any of these being destroyed as a problem, and they're exactly the kinds of games that would start being
Yep.
protected if the initiative passed. Now, a lot of these do have single-player campaigns, but I believe they all require more than a simple DRM check.
Yeah, because Path of Exile is very heavily reliant. Even though it's a single player game, it is reliant on multiplayer. It's like, yeah, whenever you go into a town in Path of Exile, there are other players there. So there are other players in that town. But once you go out into the world, and then you can also, there's PvP. Then there's also where you can invite and start parties, and you can get people into your game, and you can do maps together or dungeons, as like it's called in other games. And then also trading is a massive part in PoE. Like in PoE, especially PoE 1, still PoE 2, but not as much. PoE 1 is definitely more heavily reliant on trading, right? Is that trading is a massive part of Path of Exile, and if they had to just scrap it, like the game would kind of be.
He says
unplayable.
over and over that his problem with the initiative is the wording. And
Like
it's
I have like
vague.
over 500,
But
almost
there
600
is no
hours in
wording
Path
he
of
would
Exile.
like that also saves games like these, because he's on the opposite side of this. If he's totally fine with games like these being disabled forever, well, guess what? That's the position of the industry causing this entire problem in the first place. And that's the final point. Thor says he disagrees with how we're going about trying to end game destruction, but he also disagrees with the goal itself. No.
Give me 1 second. I think I take a piss. I'm gonna fill up my water. Be back in a second. Back.
Oh, wait, I want to be fair. He's only against 99% of it minus that tiny provision he made up. So once you understand that, then of course it makes sense that he's against the Stop Killing Games movement. Because we're trying to stop killing games. Now, if you're in Thor's camp and think killing all these games is fine and are as things should be, okay. Then it's just a values clash. And yeah, you'll hate the initiative too. I'm not trying to tell you otherwise. But if you think you might have been misled about what the initiative is, hey, maybe look at it again. Tell others about it. Help undo some of the damage. There is still time. It closes July 31st. Thor lying about what the campaign is about, remember, second definition, has caused more damage to it than anything else I'm aware of.
Oh, 100%.
Now, I've heard some people say, no, it caused a Streisand effect and led to more coverage. Well, if you look at the signature rate, it suggests the opposite. I've also been told a big streamer, like in that group I mentioned earlier, you know, the kind that are so big they could end this, avoided talking about Stop Killing Games because of Thor's take on it. Remember,
Really?
at the time he did this, Pirate Software was a well-respected developer looked up to by the internet community for having good takes on gaming. And I was, and still am, the weirdo with no credentials other than
Wonder who
not
it
wanting
was.
games destroyed. So with Thor being seen as the smartest guy in the room and firmly against the initiative, I think that led some internet figures to not want to touch this, lest they be seen like a fool in the eyes of Thor.
And guess what? Thor's perception, like internet perception, has now changed. So those people probably don't give a fuck.
Now, as I understand it, that risk may have lowered since then, but it doesn't really matter if nobody else talks about it, because he was there to kill the momentum when we needed it the most, and we never got it back. Okay, that's it on him. I did not enjoy having to do that segment, but I've had to do a lot of things on this campaign I don't like. Believe it or not, my goal was not to tarnish Thor's reputation. That's incidental. I don't care.
I think he kind of did it on his own, let's be honest.
He can be hailed as a national hero. Whatever. The goal was to expose the damage done to the campaign to try and fix it. I do think he's someone who would have defended the divine right of kings hundreds of years ago, but I don't wish him ill will. On the contrary, I hope he finds some peace of mind. Now you might be thinking, is this campaign really so fragile that one big streamer can sink it just by
Of course. Of course they can.
misrepresenting it? Oh, yeah, it totally is. It's been an uphill battle almost every step of the way. It sinks or swims to the whims of what big streamers do. It kind of reminds me of the Greek gods. That part about easy wins, that's for the politicians, not us. Ours are hard as nails. There are reasons it took me 9 years before I was ever able to actually do anything on this. It's a miracle it's gotten as far as it has. Now, I've seen people ask, if the initiative fails, then what's next? I've tried to explain this before. There is no next. What's next was 1.5 years ago with all those other things we've tried. We're at the final phase now. The European Citizens Initiative is our last possible chance to change anything. See, there are things governments and consumer groups are doing, and then there are things that us, the general public, are doing. After July, I see nothing left for us. So does that mean Stop Killing Games has failed? Well, no, nobody knows yet. We won't know the answer to that for a long time, maybe years. Government moves slowly.
That's
The
true.
initiative will be what's failed, not everything else. Without the initiative, we still have about 5 other chances for this to work. We have the consumer agencies in France, Germany, and Australia, and possibly help.
Was this a decision on the legality of game destruction from the ACCC using the crew as a test case? Oh, really? So they are trying to do something here. I didn't
from the
fucking know that.
BEUC and the UFC Que Choisir, though those are iffier. But all their
Of course
work
it
is
is.
underway. It's out of our hands now. Now, I've heard some say, what if we launch the initiative again? Well, someone else can try that, not me. I tried my absolute damnedest writing off the publicity of the cruise shutdown and barely got halfway. It took a chunk out of my life with almost nothing to show for it. No way am I going to spearhead something like this
Yeah,
again.
I wouldn't blame him.
I saw this as my only shot. I took it to the best of my ability. That wasn't good enough. I have no reason to think that doing it again will be successful. On the contrary, I think it would do far worse. Now, that doesn't mean I'm being defeatist. I will continue saying...
The reason why it would probably do worse is because, you know, you ran this campaign and everything, and then it fails, and then you're trying to run it again. People will be like, oh, well, like, why would I sign this again when, you know, it failed the first time? Like, there's no point in trying to fight for something if it failed already. You know, that's why.
yes to almost any opportunity that emerges until July 31st. I have some skepticism, but I am still available for Stop Killing Games until then. Though remember, you don't have to go through me at all. You just have to send people to the initiative. After that, no, I'm done. In fact, I think some people might be surprised just how done I am after July. It's not that I will have changed my mind on game destruction, it's just that there's nothing left after that. So I don't want to waste
They
even
probably
more of
wouldn't
my
get a
life on
fifth
this.
Of the
I've paid
petitions,
my-
100%. It wouldn't get nowhere near as much as it has now.
My dues. My income's dropped significantly since I started this because I haven't had time to make more fun videos which people would rather watch. And I don't blame them one bit. So besides being sick of running this thing, I have to make up for lost time so I can pay rent. Plus, believe it or not, I want time to actually play games and not just fight to keep them all the time. I'll still do the bare minimum if it helps. For example, Germany's consumer agency contacted me at one point because they wanted more information on the crew's EULA for their investigation. So I assisted with that. That was surprising because I have no authority on that at all, and I would have thought they would have had better sources than me. But yeah, I can do pilot light activity like that if it really helps. Just no more campaigning. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against people doing more after July. I just think your odds will be horrendous, and I don't want to dump my time into doomed causes. If the law on game destruction in the EU and Australia was as locked down as it is in the United States, I never would have even started this campaign. Now, I've said this initiative resulted in almost nothing.
Fuck
Well, we did get a little bit.
Fuck it, Australia.
For me personally, I got the
Fuck
feeling of
this
knowing I
country.
did everything I could, so I won't have any more nagging doubts like, oh, if only I had tried harder, I could have saved video games. No, I can close the book on that. So I'll be able to look at myself in the mirror after this. That's a plus for me and anyone else who tried their best. About the only other thing I think the initiative accomplished was we inadvertently saved 2 games. This is hearsay again, but according to an insider at the company, Ubisoft announced offline modes for The Crew 2 and Motorfest because they were afraid the European Citizens Initiative would pass.
So there's, you know what? A small W, you know? It's a small W, but you got to take them.
and thought this might kill some of the momentum. Ironically, I don't think they needed to have bothered. We were already losing momentum when they announced that because, well, you know why. But not killing games is the whole point of this, and I guarantee you Ubisoft had no end-of-life plans for those games prior to this movement. They were absolutely slated to die. Now, if I could have picked any 2 online games to save, I can't say those would have been my choices, but that is something tangible that the initiative changed. Assuming Ubisoft isn't lying. At the time of this video, they still haven't delivered on it yet. So is that it? Is that all the initiative accomplished? Well, without the signatures, sadly, yes, I think so. Now, some people might say, no, we did more than that. We shifted the narrative. So what? My only goal with this was to stop games from being destroyed. All the talk in the world won't fix that without action. Without the initiative, any victory we get is going to come from one of these 5 paths we opened up. Speaking of which, what should we expect from that? I honestly don't know. I give all of these coin toss odds. I do think it is highly, highly likely Ubisoft is going to get fined for something by more than one agency. Don't take my word for it. German channel WBS Legal thinks the same. The problem in their eyes is that Ubisoft shut down the crew with only 3 months' notice, and they should have provided more like 2 years.
Jesus. Was that all they got? Yeah, they fucking, yeah, they did. So I can kind of remember it a little bit of when the crew shut down. They were just like, hey, yeah, the game's shutting down soon. It's just like,
hear me now, quote me later. If all that comes from Stop Killing Games is companies in the EU need to give 2 years notice before they shut down a game, then I will consider it an abject failure. It won't save games. That wasn't our goal. It'll piss off
because telling people the game's gonna shut down in 2 years or the game's gonna shut down in 3 months, it doesn't matter because the game's gonna end regardless.
Companies, everybody loses.
That's not the whole point.
But
that's not the point.
That's the risk of making this work under existing law rather than proposing sensible law under the initiative. Fingers crossed the agencies make a better decision than that. Now, since this is a wrap-up video and I don't know what the outcome will be, I might as well present both scenarios. First, if we win and have a clear victory through one of these avenues, oh boy. If I think I have threats and hate mail now, I bet I haven't seen anything yet. I'd like to say whatever happens...
Some publishers are gonna fucking, Ubisoft's gonna send out a hit on this, man.
Because of these avenues, we didn't write them and never had any authority here. All we could do was report the problem. The European Citizens Initiative is what was written by the movement, and that's what's failing. Now, for people who want my head over this, I doubt they'll care, but I wanted to point that out. I'll say right now, the transition could be bumpy. It all depends on how hard the industry fights it. And yes, it's possible it could end some games on death row prematurely. So games that were designed to die could still die, but after that, almost all games would start being protected. Because I know there's some clown that's going to find one example of a game shutting down early and then use that as proof that enforcing the law is bad, even though the industry was going to kill it anyway. That's the logic I'm expecting. So there could be bumps, but give it 3 to 5 years, and it will smooth out, become an industry standard.
It's just unfortunate that one of these dumbasses has a massive platform like Thor does.
And then you'll have people who were against it claiming they were for it all along. Hey, remember how there were people speaking out against letting customers refund games before 2014? And they're kind of quiet now? I do. I think it'll be a lot like that. So that's if we win. If we lose, in other words, all 5 of these avenues get shot down, well, then things are going to be almost exactly like they are right now.
Yep, terrible.
Except then there will be no pretending we have consumer rights. If you're a gamer, it will be codified into law that you're a consumer chattel who doesn't deserve to keep what you buy. Or if you're renting, informed of how long you get to rent. So, cool. The games industry brought back one of feudalism's greatest hits. Now, even that reality I consider preferable to what's going on now, because then we at least know we're legally screwed. Besides the obvious, what drove me crazy about this issue, and the reason I started this campaign, was because in many countries, no laws were ever passed on this. Nobody voted on this. Companies just started taking away your purchases. Nobody stopped them, and it slowly got normalized.
Because there's no fucking laws against it. And if there's no laws against something, companies will do it. Like, if there were no, if there were no consumer laws whatsoever, the amount of things that companies would fucking do is insane. Like, you guys know that South Park episode of, like, the old one with the app with Apple, where it's all about the terms and services, and it's just like, you like where who is it? It's Kyle. Yeah, Kyle. Is it Kyle or fucking what's his name? It's one of them, right? One of the kids. I can't remember which one it is, right? But he doesn't read the terms and services of the new Apple agreement, and in the new terms and services, it says that Apple's allowed to kidnap him and sew his mouth to another person and then have another person's mouth sewn to his ass. Basically like human centipede kind of shit. And if there were no consumer laws, companies would do shit like that. They would do unethical things all the time. But they can't because there's laws that are put in place to prevent them from doing those unethical things. That's why companies go ahead and shut down these games completely, because they can. That's why they do it.
It felt like a coup. So the idea that hundreds of games were being destroyed just because we're letting it happen drove me up the wall. If we're screwed, let's be told that to our faces and not have contradicting laws pretending we have rights. Yeah, that's the one thing I can promise this campaign will deliver, which is answers. There will be no more frog boiling after this. Either the frog hops out of the pot or it's dead. Now, even if we lose 100%, it's not like I'll change my mind on thinking destroying creative works when people want to save them is wrong. I'll probably drift even farther towards trying to save game worlds at least. I made a video about this sort of thing. I'm optimistic about technology assisting with being able to extract environments from games and port them in the future. So hopefully we can salvage more from the ashes that are getting burned down in games. So that's Stop Killing Games. If you're depending on me to save the initiative, then I think it's going to fail. Skill issue, as they say. My only closing thoughts on this is that this is all just so stupid. It's stupid that we didn't have clear laws on this to begin with, that this practice continued for decades without clear laws on it.
Well, like I said, it's because all the people who are in charge of these laws are fucking old bastards. That's why. And they didn't grow up, they don't care about video games.
It was going to continue without our intervention, that it takes so much work and so many people to even report a violation, that me, a chump YouTuber, was the one spearheading this, that it was easily derailed by a bigger YouTuber, convincing gamers that having their games destroyed is a good thing. It's all so stupid.
Yeah,
I've heard some people say before that we're on the worst timeline. No, things could be so much worse. I think some people have no idea. But if you were to say we're on the dumbest...
Terms of services, Ubisoft can kidnap you and take off all your limbs. That would be the fucking worst, the worst timeline.
I don't know if I could argue against that. See ya.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, this, I can't believe that Thor went against all of this. Honestly. And then, now this whole entire situation, right? Well, let's go on the Twitter. Wait, let me pull up. I can never go onto Twitter straight up on my... because I don't want titties showing up and then I get thing, right? Is that Pirate has been tweeting out a lot today, or at least the last couple days, and also Actman has been, because Actman obviously is someone who would be for all of this, right? He's definitely on the side of Stop Killing Games, and he has been tweeting out against Thor to the point where Pirate has now actually blocked Actman on Twitter, which is really, really funny. What am I supposed to do? Just stop killing games? He tweeted that out, and then Pirates blocked him. He reposted it and said, "Breaking, the leader of the Keep Killing Games movement has had his frontal lobe pirated by angry gamers." Sources. So what did he tweet out? So he said, "Been through all the oh my fucking god. This too long, man. Just take the L. You say the initiative demands that all games stay in a functional, playable state and call that unfeasible. I am not misrepresenting the initiative. I'm reading it verbatim and responding to it. The initiative calls to require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European to leave said video games in a functional, playable state." That sounds like a fine thing. Maybe just watch Charlie's video. This is a yap session. You know what? Valid, bro. Where is it? Because Charlie did post about this like a few hours ago. Not the Stop Killing Games one, because that's obviously just a verbatim of what we were talking about.
I have
But
no
this
doubt
one-
most of you have noticed over the last
Hey
10
guys, it's Charlie here. Oh, fuck it,
I have no
I
doubt
love
most
Charlie.
of you have noticed over the last 10 or 11 months I've been a lot happier. Glowing, really, radiant. You can tell probably just from
Just you can hear it in his voice, guys.
my voice alone and this striking smile. So what is the secret to this newfound happiness of mine? The one trick doctors don't want you to know? I haven't been online as much. I've been going outside far more frequently, spending time in the real world. And as such, I'm sure many of you have noticed over the last 10 or 11 months, internet drama hasn't been a huge focal point of the channel because I haven't seen a whole bunch of it.
Really? Oh, wait, sorry. Before we continue this video, has he actually not really been covering that much internet drama? I don't know. Maybe not as much as he used to, but video games, AI robot dogs, Labubu. Yeah, not as much. Usually it was like every day it was like internet drama. So yeah, and not like he doesn't cover
Having
major drama. He's just been covering like
Up with the
dumb stuff,
vast
which is
majority
funny.
of it. And of course, occasionally I've still dipped my tootsies in some of it, like if there's something particularly wacky going on, and I still cover like news and crazy shit going on with aliens and all of that kind of thing, or if there's like a really cringe, prankster that got arrested or something, I'll still talk about that. But it's not like a fixation for me like it used to be over the last few years where I was covering any and all internet creator space hoopla. And I want to keep it that way. I'm having a lot more fun not doing that.
honestly valid. Like, you know what? The fact that Charlie has not talked about like the Ethan and Hassan stuff, props to him, man. Valid, valid.
That
bro.
being said, there is something that has unfolded here that's like the John Wick killing the dog moment that's bringing me back, just very temporarily. And it's Pirate Software. Yesterday I talked about Stop Killing Games. And there's no way to talk about Stop Killing Games without also mentioning Pirate Software because of the profound effect he has had on that initiative in its demise. I say demise, but it's not actually fully cooked, but it has been on life support, and Pirate Software did play a big role in that because of 2 videos he made, as well as a stream, shitting all over it. And that's not even doing it justice. He was full-blown tooting on this. He was shitting on it with some fart on top. And a lot of what he was saying about Stop Killing Games wasn't accurate. It was a misrepresentation of the initiative. And the guy behind it, the guy spearheading it, Ross, finally set the record straight on a lot of the misconceptions that Pirate Software helped to put out there and kind of exacerbate these thought processes that just weren't accurate for what the initiative was actually aiming to do. He finally set the record straight, and I, of course, wanted to talk about it as someone who does actually care about it. Now, as I've said, I've been a little more off the grid. I bought a fucking farm, so I've been, living off the Lord's land recently, and I've missed a lot of the internet happenings. So Pirate Software's previous anime arcs of drama, like with World of Warcraft, and the one after that, 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 I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to. I only got little tiddlywinks,
The only one I paid attention to was the World of Warcraft one. Like, anything else after that, like, I know his ego and shit like that, but, like, when it comes to the details, I don't know too much about it. So the only one is the WoW one. But this one, I'm just like, he's fucking weird.
Morsels of lore about it in a few clips, so I never really even understood what was going on there. So Pirate Software's response to everything that happened yesterday really caught me by surprise. That was a subversion of my expectations bigger than Game of Thrones Season 8.
Yeah, Hutcher, I did. I think it's really hilarious to me that entire community is so butt mad at me for
You
putting
didn't even know of this existence until the WoW drama? Yeah.
out a video 10 months.
You know the funny thing is that, like, it all of this, like, stems from him being involved in that WoW drama, if you think about it. Like, ever since that WoW drama, it's just been fucking downhill.
months ago.
So, you know what? You know what that means, chat? You know what that means? Don't play WoW. Alright? Because it will be your downfall.
About their stuff and then not being refuted, and now it's my fault that everything is going wrong for them.
I cannot believe his ego. His ego is so out of control. I feel like he's only a week or two away from exclusively referring to himself in third person, like Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin. And that's the truth, because Pirate Software said so. Some shit like that. It's crazy how he's responded. The smugness is nails on a chalkboard. It just makes you feel icky listening to it. And he goes on that same talking point multiple times in the clip about how, like, oh, I guess I'm fully to blame. I guess because I made those videos 10 months ago, it's my fault entirely that this whole thing crashed and burned. Yep. Oh boy. Time to play a sad song on the world's smallest violin for the Stop Killing Games movement, all because Big Bad Pirate Software took it all down by himself. Like, it's crazy. No one's saying that.
World of Warcraft is the root of all evil, confirmed? Facts, bro. It is. 100%. World of Warcraft is the root of all evil. Don't play WoW.
Like, there is no one out there that is saying
the moral of the story is don't play WoW.
Software's fault that Stop Killing Games hasn't been more successful in its endeavors. But there's irrefutable evidence that you had a detrimental effect, a majorly damaging effect on Stop Killing Games because of your misinformation that you spread about it in 2 videos and across all your streams, and not once have you bothered to correct that record. And he has said that it hasn't been refuted in 10 months. That is fish paste. That is turbo horseradish. Go to your own comment section on your videos to see everyone refuting you, as well as the innumerable other gamers and voices out there that have taken down those talking points and debunked a lot of them and proven that you just didn't understand it. And that is the big problem. No one hates Pirate Software because he doesn't agree with Stop Killing Games. The reason so many people are angry at him, myself included here, you can disagree with the movement all you want. If you don't like the initiative, I'm not your fucking dad. You make your own choices there. But the reason so many people, myself included, do not like how Pirate Software is handling all this is he is outright refusing to just admit any level of fault, that he was wrong about anything.
This is why people are starting to hate him, is because his ego is so big. That's fucking why. Like, if the man just admit he was wrong, no one would care, right? The reason why people are starting to hate Pirate Software is, like, he comes out like he is this the man who knows it all. That's how he comes off. He comes off as this person who knows everything, and that he can never be wrong, and that he's the all-knowing being. And then when he does get something wrong, he goes, no, I'm not wrong. Like, you can be an asshole, right? But don't try to make it out like you're a nice person. Just admit you're an asshole. Like me. I'm a cunt. And I admit that I'm a cunt. And if you take someone who is an asshole, but admits they're an asshole, people don't care that much. And people actually respect them for admitting they're a piece of shit. But if you take someone who's a piece of shit, but they make it out like they're on the right side of history and shit, people are going to fucking hate that person a lot. And that's why people don't like Pirate Software.
And that couldn't be more clear from these clips, as well as his tweets that he's made. It's actually his tweets that really sent me off the fucking rails here, off my gourd. Let's start with this little nugget here that he deleted from last night. So he tweeted...
I say he fucking deleted something. Jesus.
Directly.
Oh, he added the guy directly too. He added Ross.
At Ross, the guy behind Stop Killing Games, talking about how he made those videos.
Being able to admit when you are blatantly wrong has to be the top 5 worst traits. 100%. Without a fucking doubt.
10 months ago, and since then, his community has been nothing but hateful. A scourge. A fucking tyrannid threat that he must destroy. Your community is fucking rabid, and it's shit to deal with for anyone on the other side of the argument. Why do you think I haven't talked about this shit in 10 months? Why do you think we auto-mute anyone bringing it up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit flinging the entire time. And just goes on.
If anyone's rage baiting, it's fucking Pirate.
About like how he is the victim of Ross's toxic, terrible community, which is hilariously hypocritical coming from Pirate Software, when in his videos and his streams, he makes it very clear and is very rude about how much he dislikes not only Ross, but the movement. And it's not like he's being very professional and polite about it, you know, buttoned up. Listen to it.
So this was my first encounter of him.
Oh shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction. That's awful, dude. No, eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to.
See, he's like, and he's like, this pissed me off. When we were watching the whole video of Ross's, this is the part that really pissed me off. Is like Thor fully insulting this dude, and
was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move. That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit then. I drop the mask entirely. I have no qualms about that. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing. That sounds stupid as shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Ross and his community that are actually the assholes here. Brother, come on, you can't possibly be calling the wambulance with a side of french fries here about people being mean to you when you are literally the one that started the shit-flinging and name-calling. And by the way, Ross never even addressed this for 10 months because he didn't want to dilute the initiative into just having it be boiled down to drama between creators, which I think was actually very big of him. The only reason he's talking about it...
Because, like, the easiest thing to do, especially when you're a smaller creator, is to cling on to bigger creators into this drama. But he didn't want it because he didn't want to make the initiative about all of this. But he got to the point where he's like, you know what? Fuck it. And you know what? Good.
It now is because it's at the end of its life and so many people still don't understand it because of someone like Pirate Software misrepresenting it. So he's finally setting the record straight there. Anyway, he did delete that tweet, but just a little while ago he made a new tweet, a very long tweet as well as a series of tweets under it in regards to this whole thing.
People, the worst thing to do is to reply to people who are going against you. That's the worst thing to do. You gotta go. All goods, bro. I appreciate you sticking around and watching these videos with me.
And in all these words, all this mumbo jumbo, not once does he say he was wrong about anything. In fact, he just continues to double down, even proudly stating he is double.
For those that will scream, he's doubling down. Yes, I. Damn. He even admits it. Fuck. So he can admit that he's doubling down, but he won't admit that he's fucking wrong. I give a shit about this initiative. Yes, I damn well am. I give a shit about this initiative and what it means for gamers, developers, and players in the future.
Doubling down. Wow, how incredibly noble. Doubling down on things you are provably, blatantly wrong about. We don't need to hit the Jumbotron for the replay on yesterday's video going over so many of the things that he was incorrect about in regards to the initiative. But the point is, that is an issue that I really thought that he would address. Be like, hey, yeah, I did get this part wrong. You're right, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to misrepresent it. I still don't fully agree with it, but I do recognize that I had some errors here in my coverage. That's what I was expecting. That is not what we got. Oh. And it prompted me to reach out directly to him, to talk to him, to see, like, why isn't he acknowledging that? Is there a reason? Like, what is going on there? So I did. He made it very clear he was not very happy with my coverage of Stop Killing Games, which is fine. I think that's totally fine. I'm not going to leak DMs or really go in depth on our private conversation, but the point of me reaching out to him was to talk about his refusal to acknowledge that he did, maybe unintentionally, misrepresent Stop Killing Games, and it led to a just shy of 2 hours, like, circular argument that ultimately got us nowhere. He was more focused on his qualms with Stop Killing Games and really liked to challenge me.
So all he gives a shit about is himself. Yeah, that sounds about right.
To prove him wrong about some of his hang-ups with it. And when I would mention, like, the behavior aspect, like, hey, you did misrepresent it, and I'd give him a timestamp, he'd then instead say how I'm wrong for thinking that he misrepresented it. We got nowhere. So I want to just publicly say this again.
Real?
There are plenty of things you can disagree with when it comes to the Stop Killing Games initiative. I'll put links to it if you want to learn more about it, and you can form your own opinions on it if you want to support it, if you don't like it.
Man, I wish this was a worldwide thing so that, like, it could get more signatures and I could sign it. Because it's only an EU.
Fine. That's super normal. And I didn't reach out to try and champion that Pirate Software should become, you know, a huge ambassador of Stop Killing Games, you know, out there on the fucking front lines fighting for it. It had nothing to do with that. It was simply about the misunderstanding that he showcased, maybe unintentionally, and the misrepresentation of it that he broadcast. Again, maybe unintentionally. Which has, in turn, over the course of 10 months, misled people on what the fuck Stop Killing Games even is in the first place. which I found to be a problem because he's never even acknowledged that as something that has happened. And because he refuses to acknowledge that, and anyone that even, like, tiptoes around that subject, he kind of treats as though they're fucking idiots, like me, for thinking that he's misrepresented something. Now, he did just post a tweet where
But Thor is the all-know being. He knows everything.
he said he talked to me and Josh Strife Hayes,
fucking
and in that tweet, this will prove how useless our conversation was, unfortunately, there's not a single peep about misrepresenting what Stop Killing Games was about. It's more so about how the public just doesn't understand game development, and it kind of reads to me like we're all just too stupid to understand it from his side of things. Our conversation basically amounted to toilet paper, unfortunately. Again, I was focused on, you have done this, maybe unintentionally, you should at least say that you have, or, like, you know, are you aware that you did this? And then it became more...
I remember when people like when it all stems back to this WoW drama. I remember when people then started to call out Pirate Software for other things that he had said, and him having a big ego. And I was kind of just like, oh, I think people are just hating on Pirate Software unnecessarily because of WoW bullshit. But like with all of this, now I'm just like, fuck yeah, 100%. Like, and then even like a couple months after the WoW drama and stuff like that, I'm just like, hey, this guy has a bit of an ego, but I didn't think it was that bad, right? But now seeing all of this, I'm just like, fuck, now I understand it. Now I get where people were coming from. It's so blatantly obvious how big this man's ego is.
of like, nope, I didn't. You're wrong. And then he uses our conversation at the start of this for something that was not even the focus. I was not there to try and convince him to be part of Stop Killing Games. I don't think we made any ground on, like...
All Charlie was trying to probably get into Pirate Software's head, and what a lot of people are trying to get into his head, is that you're misrepresenting what Stop Killing Games is, and you bad-mouthing it for fucking so many, like a couple videos that have got millions of views, and then also on stream multiple times, and then calling Ross and the initiative like stupid names, is that you've diminished it, and you've hurt it. And you misrepresented what it was. But he can't see that.
His perspective versus mine on Stop Killing Games. He has some qualms about how difficult it would be in certain cases. I agree with that, for sure.
Yeah, it would be difficult. But you know what? Fuck you. Too bad. It's about the consumer. It's not about you at the end of the day. It's not about a publisher. Fuck the publishers, man. They get money out of us. The least that they can do is make something consumer friendly.
I still think overall Stop Killing Games is a net positive for the gaming industry where something desperately needs to change with a lot of these awful practices.
100%.
But for the 10 millionth time in the last 2.5 hours, it was just about him having this awareness that his coverage did mislead people, and that he, maybe not maliciously or anything, misunderstood or misrepresented Stop Killing Games in numerous instances. And the way that he talked about Ross was unacceptable. That at least made it into the tweet there about the way he talked about Ross being like a fucking used car salesman type deal and like calling everything about it ass. He at least recognized that that was too harsh. So he gave a quick I'm sorry for that, which is good. I do appreciate that, and I'm sure Ross will appreciate that as well, I imagine. But I still wanted to make this video after the conversation because I just really do not understand. I truly cannot wrap my head around why he fights tooth and nail coming for throats for anyone that tries to mention that there was misrepresentation in his coverage of the Stop Killing Games initiative. He is so hell-bent on proving he's right and everyone else is wrong that's saying these things. I just don't get it. He's just treating it like he's got the mega mind, once-in-a-generation galaxy brain that no one can possibly understand. All us plebeians are beneath him, and we're lucky that he even graces us with streams.
Pirate Software is the all-know being, bro.
And we're stupid for thinking that he did anything wrong here in regards to his coverage of Stop Killing Games and what it's actually about. It's just so odd to me. Because if he would just come out and be like, yeah, you know what? Looking back on it, really reflecting, hearing what you guys are saying, I can see why this was so misleading for so many people. I didn't mean for it to be, and yeah, maybe I misunderstood some of these things. This would not have been nearly as big of a deal as it has turned into.
But he doesn't want
I went back and looked at some of his previous dramas, I suppose, and that is a common thread with Pirate Software. Like in World of Warcraft, he made a mistake, but he completely refused to acknowledge the mistake, and it made it a much bigger snowball into an avalanche for him, which led to a ton of other problems. He just has this inability to, like, accept that he can make mistakes. Like, he does things wrong sometimes. And he needs to recognize that it's okay to be like, yeah,
It's like he doesn't want to admit he's human. He wants to be a godly like figure.
yeah, I did do that wrong. You're right. I was incorrect in this. And it would save so much of a headache. But he just comes across as a narcissist. He really does, unfortunately. Yeah. Like, I'm not an armchair Reddit psychologist here going to diagnose him as a narcissist or anything, but, like, that's what it comes across as. He just refuses to admit that he ever does anything incorrectly. It admits no faults of his own, ever. Except, I suppose, to Ross here, which maybe this is the beginning of a big character development for Pirate Software. He did apologize to Ross for how he treated him and what he said about him. I think that's great. Would love to see that same kind of energy for understanding where people like myself are coming from with your coverage of Stop Killing Games and why people feel the way they do about what's happened since with your responses. But anyway, I won't keep yapping about it. That's really about it. So, yeah.
Damn, yeah. This is a whole fucking shit show, man. I mean, I've been watching this for like legitimately since the start of my stream for the last like 2 hours. I've watched everything about it now, and yeah, I'm probably gonna make a video about this later, like a shorter video, because I was thinking about like, you know, because I like to record my streams just in case, and I was thinking about, you know, has Asmon actually talked about this yet? I'm surprised if he hasn't. Man's too caught up in this stuff. Did he watch anything about it today? I want to see. He's definitely not live right now. Zach Ra. Let's go back on the VOD videos. Here we go. Baldy! Did he talk about it at all? Oh, here we go. Yes, he did. Okay, so he did. Yeah, he did watch near the end of the stream. I'm guessing it will be posted like later on then. I'm very curious I'm gonna watch it later, like in my spare time and shit. But I'm very curious to see what he has to say about this whole entire situation. Obviously, he's gonna it's not gonna be good. Is it on his Clips channel at all? No, it's just a Trump thing. All right, I'm fucking hungry as. I'm gonna make myself some noodles and then come back. What can I put on in the meantime? I'll what is going on here?
Oh my god, bro. I know I gotta shake this off, bro. Oh my god, you making me ruin my tone, bro.
What is this bird doing?
What is Kai doing? Game, bro.
It's a chat. Gay.
Bro. Like, grow up. Like, actually, bro. Oh no, I gotta shave the top layer off. Like, for real. Like, grow up. Like, that.
Why is the whole entire chat is just spamming gay?
Here. Me and Kyle both. Here. Let me brush my teeth. This nigga don't got no. Why am I making this nigga use my deodorant? Give my shit back. I shaved the top off, chat.
Alright, I'll be back.
I'll take the top off.
I'm gonna make some noodles. I'm really fucking hungry again. Ugh, noodles. Fucking love noodles, bro. What the fuck was that? Why is it? Why? Why did it? It automatically went to Hey, yo, Paxton, what's up, man? How are we? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're good. Alrighty, let's. Oh shit. I'm booting up a game. This is the first time I'm booting this game up. So beware for audio things. Kylie, what's up, man? What do I do for work? I'm studying at the moment. I'm currently looking for like a casual job, so work nothing, but I am a uni student. I'm studying game design. You're trying to grind for Xerath Prime, but she isn't in loop right now. Warframe? Ah. I haven't played Warframe that much. I legitimately think I've played like an hour of it. Maybe a little bit more, but not that much. It is fun though. I don't know. I think because it's like a big grind. There's just other games that I prefer to grind over that, you know what I mean? Not that Warframe shit. It's just that like PoE. Like I'd rather play PoE, you know what I mean? You gotta play it? I don't know, man. Like I said, it's such a grind fest. And like, I don't know. I think it's just like, I just like playing PoE so much. Oh. Jesus, I'm just... Oh. 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 We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Sorry, the game just made the stream shit itself. We're good though. The main thing is people like to rush the game. We can go slow. Sorry, I'm eating like a pig at the moment, but I'm waiting for Battlefront 2 because we're playing Battlefront 2, by the way. I really want to play because it's been making a resurgence, and it's the first time I got it on Steam because it's like $5. I originally had it on just EA Play, but fuck that thing. So I got it on Steam. So I'm just like booting it up. It's fucking taking forever to load. Oh. Sorry, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Don't worry, chat, I'll fix this. What is wrong with this game? Why is this game such a pain in the ass to fucking boot up? Oh my god. Why is it bricking my PC? Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. Audio. Turn this fucking thing down first of all. Video. Full screen. No, we're putting it on borderless. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're good. We good? Good. Alright. Shut off. Keep video settings, yes. Wait, I'll fix this. We're lagging, just give me a second. Are we good? God, chat. I think I might have to play it in Oh, here we go. I think I might have to play it in full screen. It's fine. Hello? Are we good? Alright, we're good. Okay. Whenever I tab out of the game, it has a little spaz. Alright, we're just gonna, you know, there's not much people talking in Kick, if any. There's no one talking in Kick, so I'm gonna leave Kick on this screen over here, YouTube here. Alright? Now, we should be good. Alright. Other games like Pokemon, like Payday, it can be fine. Level requirement? Ah, yeah. MMOs, I'm like very touch and go with MMOs. I really want like a good MMO to come out. You know what I mean? Alright. Wait. Alright. We're good. Are we good? We're good. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like... Alright. Now. Don't lag. Good start. You're missing out on the new overall. How about you just... Overall suck my nuts. How about that? What do we want? What do we want? Play any. Fuck it, bro. Anyways. Welcome to the world of a small streamer, guys. Small content creator in general, where, you know, you try to play a game and it just tanks. What if I... It just goes kaput? Yeah, listen, man, the amount of times things have just gone kaput... That happens a lot, man. Let's be honest, yeah. Cool. What? Can't find any games. Is there no one on Supremacy? Well, I just have to play, I just have to play heroes and villains. I think I might have to stick to Supremacy, for the weekend. I really want to play, though. Oh, wait, we got a game. Not a viewer? That's true. Fuck. I haven't got space. Alright, let's go, baby. Oh my god. How do I change perspectives again? What's wait, gameplay? First person, there we go. I can't remember I don't know what class this is.
We want to get at that big ship in the sky, but first we have to secure the
Fucking
ground.
asshole.
Attack.
Oh, here we go. Assault. I have cards. Yeah, I was about to say I do have cards. Fuck. Heal on elimination. Weapon handling. Fuck it. I don't know. Weapon. Which one's better? I guess we'll just stick to this one. Yep, alright, cool. Oh no, we're losing D.
Command post crash has been secured by the enemy. Defend the objective. Our orders are to secure those command posts.
Grenade! Fuck. His mum says she's gonna beat him, so he screams, okay, shut the... Oh, nice. What does this one do again? I can't remember. This is like a... Oh yeah, this is a shotgun. This thing is
Watch
fucking...
out.
This thing's beastie as. Oh, fuck.
Command post crash is
Grenade out! Oh shit. I'm like... Fuck. Need to get A.
Take the objective.
Whoa, wait. Is that Palpatine? You fucking little bastard. Right, I think we're gonna I'm gonna change weapons. This one's got more range. This one's got better range. Yeah. Need more range. I need more range on this map. Alright, we got A at least. At least we have A. Go on.
We're losing this battle. Time to step it
One
up.
down. Oh shit! I'm taking fire.
Quit hiding.
I can't see shit. I can't see shit. Grenade out. You little bastard. I got flash chat.
Ray is here. Now the force is really
Yeah,
with us.
I'm aware of that. What's up? Grenade out! Oh shit, I'm low. Oh my god, I'm 1 HP. I'm 1 HP. Oh god. Oh, it's a good spot.
Ray just joined us.
Got one. Oh! Fuck, he saw me. Asshole. Ooh, I can get one of these, but no. So I'm just gonna keep going with the assault class. I didn't realize all my... Oh, shit, we're losing A. Fuck. I didn't realize all my other classes weren't set up again. Like, what? After you don't play this game for a while, they just, like... They just get rid of them? All the cards and shit? I had everything set up. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Get it. It's so low. Nice.
Stay on the objective. Raid out.
Oh my god. It's just...
Finn has joined us. Follow his
Did someone
lead.
kill him? I think they did. Can I... Oh, I was about to say, there's no way that door doesn't open. Oh. Grenade out.
We have to fight harder and turn this around, or we'll lose this battle.
No! Oh, he's so close. Nice. What's this one? I'm just gonna keep playing this guy. Fuck, as if we're losing B. Fuck. Bro, my team's ass. Fuck, I'm ass. So I have an excuse. This is my first game. In like a long time. Fuck, we're gonna lose. They're at fucking 90%, man.
We caught a break. Top agent arriving to help. Clear for grenade.
Grenade out. I don't know where that grenade went. Oh, there it was. Oh, shit, behind. Where the fuck did that cunt come from?
Hit him hard.
We got inbound enemy transports.
What? How do you do that? What's my new objective? Defeat the boarding enemies. Oh shit, okay. How did he dodge? Oh shit! No, that's grenade.
They're crowding onto transports.
Okay. How did he do
We
that?
have reports of Kylo Ren having joined the
Oh
enemy.
fuck! Not emo boy.
The enemy transport's almost done boarding.
Bitch. Bitch ass.
Enemy transport boarding complete.
Fuck.
All units move to defend our ship. The First Order are going to attempt a boarding action, and it's going to be up to us to
Slow
stop them.
internet connection. This might affect your gameplay. Oh fuck. Well, it hasn't yet, so we should be fine. I want to play as Ray.
We have uninvited guests.
If this goes the way that last one went, bro, we're gonna get our cheeks
Can't
absolutely
let them destroy the
demolished.
core or we're done for.
Where are they coming from? I think they're coming from this way, yeah.
The ion converter
Going for B.
taken by the First Order.
Oh my god, I'm fucking tearing ass! Oh! Ah! Ah, you bitch. I think I should have swapped weapons for the. This gun's good in like the open range, not so much. Bro, why aren't we pushing? Push up, man. Stop being a pussy. Look at that. Bam. No scope. Get B, get B, get B. Kylo Ren, fuck him. Yeah, that's it. Get him. Yeah, that's right. Look at that. See? I ain't a pussy. My team's full of
Kylo Ren is
bitches, bro.
spotted. Better watch it.
Go, 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 go. Oh my god. Need this, yeah.
The enemy is capturing the ion canister. With Rey fighting for us, we'll surely win this.
Oh, fuck. You know what? You know what? I still think this gun's better. Yeah, I think this gun is just still better. Can't lie.
I'm leading this charge. I got this. Grenade out.
The enemy just took control of the ion converter room.
Shit. See, no one's doing what I'm doing. Just push through, man.
They're gonna try to destroy the atmospheric processing plant. Everyone get in there and defend the control rooms. If any of them falls, the core will be vulnerable.
Can't be afraid of dying in this game, man. Fuck you. KD? Nah, KDs don't matter in Battlefront.
Kylo Ren has been seen. Watch out.
Bring it, I'm ready. Kylo Ren's a bitch. Oh, what a kill. Shit. Got me. No, fuck it. Let's, jetpack. let's go. We need a big boy.
Finn just joined us. He knows all the tricks of the First Order.
Ready? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Get shit on! Oh my god, I'm reloading. Oh fuck, no! Damn it. Did my gun get jammed or some shit? Sorry, we go again. You're lucky that I can't fucking tab out of this game or else I'll be banning your fucking ass. Best viewers here. Fuck off. Best viewers up my fucking asshole. Fucking Twitch bots, bro. Piss me off. Oh shit! Oh my god, there's so many of them, man.
I've got something we should try.
Nade out.
Going in, full power.
Come on. Give me an opportunity. Here we go. Where's B? No, I want to go back to B. Oh, we're right here. Okay.
Hit him hard.
Fucking Palpatine, bro. This cunt. Absolute fucking cunt.
All right.
Kylo Ren has been seen. Watch out.
I think they got past. Yeah, they have. I whipped. I missed. Fuck! I missed both shots. I needed them to count. Shit! All right, we got back on a heavy. Come on. All right, we're good.
I think I see how to get this done.
Rally behind me! Push up on them!
We have
I can't see
reports of
shit.
Kylo Ren having joined the enemy.
Oh fuck! Oh no! Ah, this fucking bro, the droids, man. All right, spawn on this guy.
The rushed boarding attempt is
Oh
running
my
out
god,
of
I'm
time.
so low.
We just have to hold on for a bit longer.
I'm 4 HP, man. They're on A. They're on A. They're on A.
One of their top operatives just landed. Be careful!
I'm blind. Palpatine's down. Oh my god, I'm actually wrecking at. I jinxed myself. No, I kick ass with this fucking guy, man. Everyone on my team's dead.
That's the last of them. Let's head back to the surface and get it secured. Then we'll teach the First Order how to board a ship by taking out their Star Destroyer.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? Oh, fuck. No. Oh, come on, man. Tons. Ah, so it's alt to dodge. Okay.
Going in.
Flash is on.
Scan the enemy.
Fuck off. That guy had maxed out cards. What an absolute sweaty cunt. I don't know what I'm shooting at. It's just I'm just shooting. That's a nade. Push up, push up, push up. Don't be pussies. Fuck. Everyone's being a bitch, man. Everyone's see all these people here? They're all being pussies.
Ray is here. Now the Force is really with us.
Fuck. Oh my god, I'm just getting my ass absolutely. My cheeks are just getting clapped, bro.
Clear for grenade. Charge.
Fuck it.
Enemy's marked.
Fuck it. I got one. I got one. I got one. You know what? I just need to keep doing that. I need to keep just jumping out.
Grenade out.
It's a nade.
I've got it.
That's what I gotta do. I just gotta keep doing that. Fuck it.
Charge.
Shit, you know what? No. Wait, oh, they got B? Absolute little fucking assholes, bro. Alright, we might be fucked here. Chat, this might be cooked, actually. Shit. Fuck. Fuck, they're contesting A now, too. Shit.
Heads up. Grenade.
Need to get B back. Do not let them have B. What is that? What is he doing there?
Ray just joined us.
Cover me. Moving on the target.
Oh, fuck. Bro, I just missed everything. I actually missed everything. I missed all my shots on that guy. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Precision Besh is under our control.
Shit. Oh shit! Play third person? No! What do you mean play third person? Oh shit, I accidentally pressed default. No. I play third person. I mean first person.
Kylo Ren has been spotted. Better watch it.
What have you done, Cam? Alfie, shut up. Stupid dog, bro. Just barks at nothing all day. It's all he does is just bark. Where am I going? Alfie, quiet! Oh shit, they captured A? Fuck.
Help the objective.
Bitch, ah shit. Oopsie. First person's not good for you? Shut up, Cam.
Got a present for you.
Fucking Palpatine. Cunt.
Clear for grenade.
Got him. What? I hit him directly! Are you fucking kidding me? Lag. I blame lag. We're losing B, we're losing B.
Defend the objective. Throwing.
Fucking bitch. Sit the fuck down. What is he just doing? He's just sitting there. What do you mean he's just sitting there? No, I don't want the gunner. Oh my god, we're about to lose everything.
We'll win this by taking and defending
Protect the
all the
objective.
commandos.
Nah, no shit, cunt.
Throwing grenade. I've got to get close.
Capturing command post Ori.
Oh my god.
Ray is here. Now the force
This
is
guy's,
really
is
with
it,
us.
it's not just me, he's lagging here heavily.
Horn is on.
First order transports are inbound.
Grenade arm.
As if they won it, as if they got it again.
First order forces have begun boarding.
Shit.
Attack them now while they're vulnerable. Enemy troops have started boarding their transports. The First Order transports will soon be ready to leave. We should strike at them while we can.
What? I was about to say, how is he not dead? What is this cunt doing? Shit. It's
We
alright.
have to head up and protect the ship again. The First Order just don't know when to give up.
No, they don't. Fuck, people are quick on that. I just want to play Ray. I want to play light. I want to have a lightsaber. Oh, that's Palpatine. Oh shit. Oh, what? Fuck. These guys are the best in this fucking scenario. This cunt's just standing still. I don't know what he's doing. He's holding his dick. His dick in his hand. Throwing fire. There's a grenade. This guy's lagging.
Heads down.
Right, ready? Watch this. Shit. Fuck. Yeah, fuck that little guy.
Pretty sure we should go this way.
Come on. Fuck it. Just have to deal with this, I guess. What is this guy doing?
Kylo Ren has been seen. Watch out.
I'm short. I think you can see him.
I don't want to YOLO it here. Fuck it, YOLO.
We have reports
Okay, YOLO,
of
it didn't
Kylo
work.
Ren having joined the enemy.
Man.
No! B, 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 B! B, B, get on B! What's my team doing, man? Oh, they're being dumbasses. B, 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 B.
Defend the objective.
They're on B.
Finn is here. He'll help us win this.
Oh, they're on A2. Oh,
Protect the
shit.
objective.
I think we're fucked.
Go, go.
Yo, Callum, what's up, man? It's Battlefront 2, brother.
I think I see how to get
This game's fucking lit as. I think we might lose it here. Can't see nothing, bro. I'm
Kylo
fucking
Ren has been
blind.
spotted. Better watch it.
Oh, this fuckhead. Absolute nonsense.
Kylo Ren has been seen. Watch out. If we can just hold on for a little longer, they'll be forced to give up their boarding
Fuck you,
attempt.
bitch.
We have reports of Kylo
I ain't
Ren
no
has
pussy.
joined the enemy.
Oh, I'm reloading. Bro, I was fucking reloading, man. It's alright, fuck it. I'm spending all my. We gotta spend all my points here on this.
Ray just joined us. Our
Oh!
ship is safe for now, and we're gonna take the battle back to the surface.
W, W, W. Yo. I'll be there in a bit. Dinner's ready? I can't. I'm in the middle of a war field right now, bro. Middle of a battleground. I'm on the battlefront. You know? It's funny. Thanks, Ray.
Forward assault!
How is that guy not dead? He just took 3 shotgun shots to the fucking body. Fuck, he's so low. No, not heavy, not heavy. I don't like the heavy that much. Bro, they're backcapping? Wow, pussies. Backcapping's for pussies.
Ray fighting for us will surely win this.
Charge!
Take it back.
Blast the target area!
Command post Doran has been taken by the First Order. We're securing Bash.
Ray is here. Now the Force is really with us.
Oh, this fucking Kylo Ren piece of shit, bro. This fucking bitch. Can't even capture C properly. Has to go on back cap like a fucking pussy.
Take the objective. Charging in. Cover me. Grenade ready.
Yes!
Perfect.
I'm fucking ready. Gimme, 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 gimme. Where is he? Where is he? How's he not dead? How's he not dead? It's a lost cause, bro. This team is. Ugh. Where was my help, huh? Kylo Ren had 50 people around him. I think he's full of a bunch of pussies.
Kylo Ren has been spotted. Better watch him.
It's a dead body.
Position RX.
Let's do this.
I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. We need to get B back, man. We can't.
Hit the
Oh,
objective.
we're getting it. All right, cool. Good. All right, push up now. Push up.
We're securing command process.
I said I'm coming.
Lamppost S has been secured.
Gotta get
Ha. Oh shit, why did I do that?
Position door.
They just got Captain Phasma to lead them.
I don't know why I fucking did that. I don't know why. It was so dumb.
The objective
Yeah, we're
is
probably
to
gonna
capture
lose here
those command
anyways.
posts.
follow me. I'm charging in.
The enemy have secured command post crash. We're taking position back.
Rowing.
Kylo Ren has been seen. Watch out.
Charging in. Cover me.
Oh.
I can handle myself.
Wait. shit on. What? Fucking bullshit. Fucking stupid. Fucking get.
I'm ready for what's next.
Fucking. Really? Boarding? Yeah. Yeah.
Look at me.
Oh shit. What is he doing?
I'd be crap.
No, there's no fucking shot, bro.
Finn has
Alright,
joined
ready?
us. Follow his lead.
I'm gonna fucking.
We have to head up and protect the ship again.
It's.
The First Order just
Come on,
don't
come on,
know
come on.
when to give up.
Give me Ray, give me Ray, give me Ray. Give me Ray, give me Ray. Fine. I don't think we're gonna make it here anyways.
Right there.
We have reports of Kylo Ren having joined the enemy. Kylo Ren has been spotted. Better watch
Oh my
it.
god, I don't know how I did not die there. I don't know how I was still alive that whole entire time. Oh, we're back. Shit, I fucked it.
Kylo Ren has been seen. Watch out.
Shit. What is this dickhead doing? Just
Ray just joined us.
fucking one-man army over here, bro. Oh my god. Really, bro?
I'm leading this charge. Hit him hard. On me, charge!
Shit. God. I've had 80 kills and I've died 60 times.
Elite soldier now on site.
Fucking flamethrowers, man. Nice.
The enemy is shooting at the HPCU. They're running out of time. Just hold for a bit longer and they'll be forced to give in.
Nah. Where is he?
We have reports of Kylo Ren
Actually
having
built
joined the
different.
enemy.
Built different. Oh no. I was almost built different on that one. It's still going. Oh my fucking god.
Our ship is
Oh my
safe for
god,
now,
this
and
game.
we're
How
gonna
long
take
has
the
this
battle
game
back
been
to the
going for? Like an
surface.
hour?
This isn't over.
I've had 144 eliminations altogether. I think I might have to leave because dinner's been ready for like so long now. Shit. Here we go again.
Clear for grenade. Go, go.
Command post Crash has been secured.
Sense a disturbance in the force. I fucking knew it. What did I say? I said it too.
Kylo Ren has been spotted. Better watch it.
Take the objective.
Why did I go this way? Now let me guess. Kylo Ren's capturing fucking B. It's fucking backcapping pussies, bro.
Got a present for you.
on, man.
Defend the objective.
Ray
The
is
team's
here.
full of a bunch of
Now the
shit
force
cunts.
is really with us.
Coming through.
Woosah, woosah, woosah.
Have one of these.
Did that really rebound off the... Oh, my team fucking sucks ass, bro. This motherfucker, man.
Going in. Full power.
What is he doing up there?
I've got something we should try.
What is he doing there, bro? I'm gonna come for you, you and your mom.
Target.
Thank you. Someone got him.
We're capturing position Doran.
They say Phasma is leading the First Order troops. Better be careful.
Oh, he's got a red. Why? We got D?
We are to
Can't beat
secure
him, join
and
him.
hold all positions until we win this.
Bro, what do you think I've been trying to do for the last fucking hour or so?
Right by.
Grenade is out.
Shit.
Grenade out.
Command post Orange is being taken by the First Order.
Defend the objective.
Finn just joined us. He knows all the tricks of the First Order.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeesh. Good. Good.
Man, hope this works.
Move done. Understand.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at him. Really? What? That makes me want to. That actually pissed me off. That's real fucking shit, bro. This cunt really just fucking did a kamikaze, man. He threw a fucking nade at his foot. Sure, he just tanked a whole fucking, you know, shotgun shot to the face, but no, it's cool. Me. Surely this is the end. Fucking dinner's ready, but I don't want to end this game, bro.
First Order forces are boarding their transports. The First Order transports are almost full. Last chance to stop them. They're done boarding the transports. We'll battle them on our ship next.
That's what we've been doing this whole time, man.
We have to head up and protect the ship again. The First Order just don't know when to give up.
Oh, man. This is never gonna end at this point. Never-ending battle. Did I get it? No, I didn't. I didn't get him either. Hey, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. Come here, bitch.
Hit him hard.
Give a fuck.
They're pouring a lot of blaster fire onto the core.
Worth.
We have to stop
100%
them.
worth. Oh, I just want that class, bro. I want my minigun. Oh, yeah, we've lost. But look, the core's fucking... The core is so close to being done. If I was the enemy team, I'd just come in with a jetpack. Just try to go over everyone and just, like, blast the fuck out of it.
Watch out.
It's so fucked, yeah. Open the door, open the door. Oh, no. Yeah, we lost.
Ship lost. Get to the
GG.
escape pods. Blasted. The whole point was to take down their ship, not lose our own. It's not like we have a whole fleet of those things lying around.
What are these guys talking in, bro? What language is this? La Pardita? Oh, no. Alright, well, I'll chat. I appreciate y'all. But, I have dinner. Dinner's been ready for a while now. So, oh, I got a crate. Very nice. Can't see shit. Anyways, yeah, dinner's ready. I'm gonna head. I appreciate y'all. Here we go. Why is that there? Will it be live tomorrow? Maybe, maybe not. Who